This episode of the Primal Scream podcast is brought to you by It Works independent distributor Kathy Sculla. Have you tried that crazy wrap thing? It tightens, tones, and firms any area from the neck down. It Works also provides a wide variety of premium supplements, along with a full skincare line. I personally use their multivitamins and greens, and if you're interested in learning more about It Works products or the business opportunity, call or text Kathy at 319-360-2009 or go to her website, kathysculla.myitworks.com. That's CATHYSKALA.myitworks.com.
Wake up. It's time for Primal Scream.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Welcome back to the Primal Scream. I'm Matt.
And I am Todd.
I'm Todd.
This gets a little old. I want to do something different. I want to mix it up, make it fun, exciting.
All right.
Don't be a
Cool.
baby. Don't be a
awesome.
baby.
That's awesome. Hey, if you didn't catch the beginning parts of the Jesus Christ. If you didn't catch the beginning parts of our promos, our sponsors.
And why wouldn't they have?
I don't know why they wouldn't have, but hey, here's It Works again. If you're looking on YouTube and you see it, Kathy Sculla, 319-360-2009. Check it out. I like it. In fact, there's a party going on upstairs.
Ew. Stop.
An It Works party. What, you don't like my moves?
You can call them that, I guess.
Dude, I had sick dance moves with
Back in the day.
With Denise here last week.
Okay. All right.
I looked like she liked it.
I was going to tell you what happened to me.
Right.
Was we sat here talking with Denise, having a great old time, and she started talking about, we were talking about Ironman stuff.
Yeah. You got motivated?
A mutual friend of ours just did Ironman Wisconsin on Sunday.
Yeah, how'd that go?
And she did a whole little like bio of what her day was like that whole day. Like woke up at this time and had a sandwich. She walked through the whole thing. Oh my God, it just re-revved my engines.
Really?
Huge. I don't know why, because I've had, like I said, I've had no desire whatsoever.
Right.
But it was like, it's still that ultimate unreachable goal kind of in my mind.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, okay. And I know two gentlemen who are doing it for Arizona. I think it's in 2 months. Ironman in Arizona and Tempe, Arizona. And I just thought, you know what? I think I could do it. And I read some blogs, and people were saying, you want to train so that you really, really enjoy the Ironman. Don't just train enough that you fucking hate the swim and the run is horrible or the bike is terrible. Train and get yourself in such good shape that you can really enjoy it. You're not worried about just finishing. You really want to enjoy yourself. Right. So you're used to the pain. You're used to the things you have to get through. Yeah. You're used to the mental blocks. And I thought that's what I need to be shooting for. I should not, because I shot for the marathon just to finish. And I did. It's 6 hours, but that's not necessarily, It's a good thing. I'm excited that I did something or accomplished that. But to do it, I should have been in the 4 to 5 range. That's kind of the average of people who are in shape to do it in. Mm-hmm. I wasn't in shape to do it completely. And so that's why I dragged ass through it, or the last part of it. I would like to be in shape for the Ironman to enjoy it, to really like it. I don't want to jog in there with like 2 seconds left and be like, oh God, I barely made it. I'm an Ironman. I'd like to jog in and be like, hey, this is awesome. I did it. I enjoyed it. I want to be able to, like the marathon you were at in Chicago, they were like, hey, there's the beer tents over there. Let's do that. And I was like, I just want to fucking die. I don't want to have a beer. I don't want to walk.
Well, it's a fucking marathon.
I know, but see, the whole point is you can be in shape to do those things, so it's not so torturous. And I would like to be in shape to do an Ironman and enjoy it. You have to understand,
it's a marathon. People are shitting themselves. It's a tech. It's not like
if they're like elite athletes and their bodies shut down.
It's not like what I'm going to do here next week, which is run a 5K and then turn around and do a Go Ruck challenge. Boom. Doing the Go Ruck challenge.
Right.
I ran? No, I'm doing almost less. I'm doing less than I did for the Tough Mudder.
Tough Mudder, yeah.
That's no way to really enjoy something.
Right. Well, that's my entire point, and I'd rather Oh, that would have been fucking horrible.
Todd almost dropped a beer on his laptop.
Oh, that bad news. Anyways, that's what I'm saying.
No. What I'm saying is those things you can be so in shape for and whistle through them and be like, woo, I didn't shit myself. This is no big deal. A fucking marathon is a marathon.
But people do it with that attitude of like, hey, that was fun. I did. I accomplished it. I can go walk around and talk to people. Hey, what a great experience, and not be like me.
But a lot of people, whether they shit themselves in training or they shit themselves in the race, shit themselves. Don't shake your head. Yeah. That is a reality.
People shit themselves because they're completely out of shape and trying to do it, or they're an elite athlete and they're running in and their body's fucking shutting down on them.
Listen,
and they shit themselves.
The two examples you just gave covered the whole spectrum. Okay, either they're really shitty,
you're pushing yourself,
or you're really awesome.
Right. And so if you've trained in a way that you feel good about it and your body is okay, then you can just jog a marathon
I think
and you're okay.
I totally think that there's things that you can do that with. I don't think you can do that with an Ironman. I don't think that you can. I don't think that you could. You don't think I could be in such good shape
that I could enjoy an Ironman?
Nope.
Well, then you're counteracting, 15, 20 things that I read about people that from people who are elite athletes who love doing Ironmans all the time.
I'm saying it about you. I'm telling you because I've known you so long.
I've read people who are not in Ironman shape but trained for a year and got it so that they did it under 14 hours.
Yeah.
And they enjoyed themselves.
Listen,
I'm sure there were hard parts in it, but when they got done, they weren't shitting themselves.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I wish nothing but the best for you because you're my best friend.
You're an asshole. Where's this going?
I wish nothing but the best for you. If that's what you truly want to do, I support it 100%. Because anybody who says I support it 150%, they're fucking douches. You don't understand math. You can only do something 100%.
Maybe it's every day. Maybe it's everyday math.
So if that's what you want to do, I'm behind you 100%.
Now, even if you say you are, I'm in the back of my head going, yeah, he's just saying that for shits and giggles.
No. I would not give you a hard time.
You're cynical.
I am cynical, but I will not put that face towards you.
Of course you won't, but I know it's fucking there. That's the whole point.
Dude, I'm cynical. I'm cynical because you always look at things with such rainbow-colored glasses.
No, come on.
You do, and it's great. You're a positive, wonderful person.
I never said that the Chicago Marathon in 2010, which is when I did it, was going to be a fucking cakewalk. I never said it was going to be a cakewalk. I never said that. I knew it was going to be hard.
Right.
But I also knew that I wasn't in the best shape I could enjoy it. And when I read those things, having ran a marathon, I know that if I had put in more time training-wise, it would have still been difficult. Don't get me wrong. But I would have enjoyed the marathon. I would have enjoyed it. My recovery time would have been less. I wouldn't have struggled so much during. I wouldn't have to walk. I probably could have jogged through it all.
Now, do you think that you could enjoy it at your current weight?
Oh, no.
What weight do you think you'd have to be at to enjoy it?
I don't know, because I was watching some people come through the end zone, through the finish line, and some are like really obese, but they had done it, but I was like I don't want to be like that. I'd like to be, if I'm 240 now, I'd probably want to be 210, 220.
You know what?
And feel good about it?
I'm actually glad you brought this up, because at first I was like, fuck, why are we talking about this? But
why do we talk about anything?
Yeah. But I'm actually glad you brought this up, because I went and got adjusted at my favorite chiropractor today, Cedar River Chiropractor. River Valley. Cedar Valley. What is it?
Great promo for them.
Sorry. Kent and Shelley Meskimmons at River Valley Chiropractor. River Valley Chiropractor. I'm sure that's it. Let me look on my phone. I just called them. I just contacted them today. Al Jihad. River Valley Chiropractic. And you can contact them at 319-261-1999. There you go. A little free promo. A little plug. But anyways, I was talking to Kent. And
he's doing Ironman in Arizona.
Right. And it was interesting because we started talking about this, and he had said his wife had made the comment, what's next? After this, what's next?
Sure.
Not in a shitty way, but just like, hey, how can we... there's a lot of training that goes into this.
Yeah.
So let me prepare myself and my family. What's next?
Right.
And so when he said that to me, he goes, I don't know, there's this like there's this Navy SEAL thing for like 3 days. And I go, Kent, have you ever thought that because that's recently happened in a conversation with me and Denise Stapley. What's next? We finished the
Tough Mudder.
Mm-hmm. And immediately she said, I want to do the Go Ruck. I want to do the Go Ruck challenge.
Right.
After the Go Ruck challenge, what's next?
So you're talking about small. Once you accomplish one goal, what's your next goal, kind of thing?
Well, you're almost how I saw it at that point today was it's almost an addiction.
Or you're never happy. Do you ever feel like you're
But
happy?
are you? Is it a constructive way to fill an emptiness that you feel in your life? Is it a constructive way? I mean, some people reach for alcohol or drugs,
but you're framing it as if like you're missing something. Maybe you just want to try stuff.
Well, the only reason I frame it that way is because he said if he's not moving forward, if he's not challenging himself, he would feel terrible.
Huh.
/ almost depressed. I put depressed, and he didn't say depressed. I say depressed, but he would feel like
down. He's like, "What am I doing? What am I doing all this workout for?" And yeah. I mean, I think that's why CrossFitters, especially myself, even though I don't enjoy them all that much, is doing those little competitions.
Be specific. What
CrossFitting competitions?
You don't necessarily enjoy the competitions.
No, I like doing WODs
because it almost sounded like you didn't like the CrossFitters.
Oh, sorry. I need to enunciate better. I do like CrossFit competitions, but I don't enjoy the stress of them.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to be fucking specific, so I'm being specific.
I agree. You just said I don't like.
Okay, then you asked me to be specific, and so that was specific. And the reason why is that
this fucking guy. My fault. Go ahead.
The reason why is that it's too stressful for me, and so. But I feel good having little goals. So I think I'm doing a team one in November.
Sure.
I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to hitting some personal goals and lifting wise. It'll make it a little bit easier for a workout competition.
Yeah.
But I like those little things allow CrossFitters to say, hey, I'm going to challenge myself. So it's like small little steps. I don't think the Ironman or this fucking SEAL thing sound like small little steps at all. And so I'd be curious about what will be his ultimate goal. Because to me, doing an Ironman, that to me is about as big an accomplishment as you can get. I feel like if I did an Ironman, I wouldn't have to do another one. I'd feel happy. I'd feel good about it. I feel that I accomplished something, and from everything else, it's just downhill cruise. What a great accomplishment in my life. I mean, it's one of the best physical things you can, one of the hardest physical things you can do. So I think that's why it's still up there and lofty. When people start talking about like those 24-hour Go Rucks or Navy SEAL shit, I mean, that has no appeal to me at all. But I guess I could understand the fact of if I accomplish an Ironman, I'm sitting back going, wonder what the next thing I want to try is. I bet you I could see myself going, well, I made it through this. Maybe I should try Navy SEAL training. So I guess I could understand it. It's hard for me to grasp that concept. He was
liking that too. Like, I just want to see what my body is capable of doing. I just want to keep pushing it to see what my body is capable of doing. It sounded, if somebody could hear that and say, you have an addictive personality to pushing yourself.
You don't think that's a huge leap to say that somebody has a hole to fill, whether it's Denise or it's Kent or it's you or I, that we're trying to fill a hole by it? Or is it just we enjoy working out, we enjoy taking what we're doing physically and applying it to a goal in the long run? It doesn't have to be necessarily filling a hole or something that we have to do. I can understand somebody wanting to be always healthy, always doing something to make themselves better. Right. I don't think it has to necessarily be filling a hole somehow.
Well, I guess this is why I think it's almost an addictive personality, because if you can take it or leave it, if it doesn't bother you and you can take it or leave it and you're still happy, fine. But if you don't do it,
who's to say that?
If you don't do it and you're sad,
right? Then
I wonder, is there an underlying thing? Oh,
sure. But you kind of like looking really deeply into Kent's comments and saying, you exasperated, or not exasperated, you pulled out from that he's almost somewhat depressed if he doesn't do that.
No, I'm not saying he's almost depressed. I'm saying that he was talking about it, and Denise was talking about it, and I've got it kind of been pulled into this thing where we're looking at things like, what's the next thing? when Denise said, I'm kind of done with Tough Mudders if we don't do it anymore. And I thought, God damn, I really enjoyed Tough Mudder.
Me too.
It was at that point to where it was challenging for me, and I didn't even train really. I would love to train for it and travel around and see different awesome.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I felt the same way. Like, I actually felt pretty prepared and enjoyed it quite a bit. Except for the sweat in my eyes, that was the only thing that really bugged me. But I'm with you. I would like to travel around and do more of them. I was going to ask you, and I was going to ask Denise,
what
about doing Ironman Arizona?
I'm never doing Ironman.
Okay, well, there's my answer. I could probably talk her into it, though.
No.
You don't think I could ever?
No, she said she's never gonna. She knows the capabilities of her body, and she answered that. She answered that. Okay. I wouldn't even waste your time.
Oh, I'm bringing it up.
All right. But anyway, if you want to check out
see what she says.
One of the best chiropractor services in all of Cedar Rapids, it's River Valley Chiropractic,
Show
and
you what you know.
there's their website, rivervalley.com.
I'm gonna message Mrs. Stapley right this fucking second.
She's going to tell you, dude, I told you.
Hey, you just keep talking.
Listen, okay, we also have Ecolips. Not a sponsor, maybe someday, but this is what we can do for you. This is what it looks like. Ecolips.com. I love Ecolips because all natural, all organic, and the CEO is one of the most amazing people I've ever met. Honestly, he climbs mountains and shit. Just
who can't?
Awe-inspiring.
Who are you talking about?
Steve Schreiber.
Oh, Steve Schreiber.
Yeah. The other cool thing, his daughter did an absolutely amazing job on this commercial, this YouTube commercial, and it's really super funny. And she did a great job. She's almost like she's a professional actress. I mean, I'm sure she made some money. She better have, because she did a great job. So that's for you. But the other cool thing, Steve, that's Steve right there with the hairnet, which is really sexy, Steve. You should keep that up. That's a good look for you. But the other cool thing that they have is this create your own lip balm. So you go to my.ecolips.com. myecolips.com. Okay, my.ecolips.com. Go there, check it out, and you can pick your ingredients, design your container, name the lip balm. That's
what would you
really
name yours?
Fucking cool.
Matt's macho mascara for your lips.
I want to punch you in the fucking face.
That's my line.
Well,
hey, I was gonna play for you a voice message that Doug left for me.
Oh yeah,
and I thought that you would enjoy it because I was trying to get a hold of him. We were all trying to get pictures shot and all that kind of stuff, and I'm gonna try to find it, see if I can get it to play on my phone here.
By the way, this is One World. Jeez, I don't need to know your password. Pull that away from the microphone. This is
hold on.
One.
Hey, Dale. This is Hank. I just wanted to let you know that shuffleboard's canceled for tonight. Ladybird's got a case of the scoots, and I'm not going to be able to make it. So if you can please just call me a call back and let me know you got this goddamn message. As long as Bobby ain't playing with my phone again, I'll probably be able to get it. Just call me back. Ladybird, quit doing that on your butt.
That was it. And I was laughing so hard.
Doug Thompson, comedian.
Got the scoots. Ladybird has the scoots. And I was like, I just don't even know what it means. And I think it's fucking hilarious.
Very hilarious.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. I loved it. But back to Ecolips. You can go to One World Ecolip Lip Balm. It's all biodegradable and all natural. And it's one of the best things I've ever put on my lips. And that's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact, Jack. And there's a lot of little cool little accessories and oh Jesus Christ. Could I sound any more effeminate? What do you think? Was that pretty PC way of saying that?
Yeah. Should we jump into some current events before our guest shows up?
Yeah, our guest, who is Kat. She is a burlesque dancer. Mm-hmm. She's going to be showing up pretty soon. Vitality Fitness.
Yep. And her name is Catherine Cantrill. And to be more specific, but she goes by Kat, and she just had a incredible burlesque show here in Cedar Rapids.
At the VA
so
Center.
I'm looking forward to
not the
hearing
VA
about
Center,
it.
the Armory.
Yeah, the Armory.
Okay. We also have Sweet Raw Joy. I love them. I love the website. I love the products. Check them out, sweetrawjoy.com. All right, man.
All right, so I think this is going to be a negative and a positive. So we had Ray Rice get suspended from the NFL indefinitely. The Ravens fired him. He was their number one running back.
Okay.
A new video has come to surface last week, and this week it's been all the talk, and it has to do more with
Make sure you can see your phone. She's supposed to text you.
oh, Jesus Christ, they're so
Sorry, man.
top of it, man. Love it. And so is a video we've seen a video of him pulling his fiance from the elevator out of from it's a camera shot from outside the elevator.
Sure.
And you see him dragging her out.
Yeah.
And that's what you saw, and he was put up on charges, and she married him 6 months later and all this stuff, and so you didn't hear much about it. He got suspended for 2 games
Because of the video?
Because of the video and the charges that he had. And so there's a big uproar that he only got 2 game suspension, then he's back. So it's like nobody fucking cares. NFL can do whatever the hell it wants. And so
What are you asking me?
No, I'm just telling you what happened because you're absolutely no fucking clue what's going on sports wise. That's why you're never on the bandwagon, because you just can't be on it. And so now a tape surfaced of him literally punching her in the face, her hitting a guardrail.
The elevator tape, the elevator camera.
And knocking her out cold.
Okay.
And so once that tape came to light, everybody reacted. And I guess I can kind of see why, because we hear about domestic violence. Dr. Moen talked about it with the woman that he met in the emergency room, which I thought was a wonderful way to think about it and kind of process some of these things before we react. But I mean, it's like instantaneous when that video came out, just the whole fucking knee-jerk reaction was he was fired right away. The NFL suspended him indefinitely. They don't know if he has a job anymore. People are saying things like, oh, but she married him. So it must not have been that bad, those kind of things. But then you have a lot of women coming on to radio shows and things like that and talking just about domestic violence in general. So I think it's going to end up being, I'm hoping, a net positive that it becomes, because I mean, I've listened to Mike and Mike in the morning on ESPN, and I watched ESPN a lot this weekend because I'm a huge football person. All they talked about was this. And there's 3 other players in the NFL, one a San Francisco 49er, who supposedly had beat up his pregnant girlfriend. He's played on Sunday because the allegations hadn't really, they don't have any, they have allegations, but they don't have anything for sure yet. No charges have been drawn up on him, things like that. So they're going to let him play because he's one of their best defensive ends, right? So it sounds like they're kind of hiding behind some of those things. But I think the conversation is going to start, and it's going to put more of a spotlight on domestic violence and maybe some of the things we can help curb it. Go ahead. Yes, Mr. Matt.
I'd like to say today, in front of all you fine people.
Oh, God. You don't even sound like Barack Obama. You can't do it. He's too good.
I don't sound like him, but you knew who I was talking, whose voice I was doing, because
you were trying.
It's an unnatural, stupid way of speaking. It's not thoughtful. It's stupid, and it's not natural.
Denise and I love it.
Well,
go ahead.
I care about you 2 people, but the way he speaks is not natural, and it's retarded.
It's your opinion.
That is my opinion, and as we know on the show, it's the one that counts. So let's talk about this.
You were going to say.
Let's talk about this violence.
Because you always have a great perspective on this, and I really want to hear it.
Okay. Violence
because you had no idea it even fucking happened until 15 minutes ago.
Right. But to me, violence is violence. Okay? There's 2 things that we need to keep in mind and not, I think, try to overreact on. One should have been, like in my job, if I am arrested or if charges are filed against me and I have to go to court or whatever, paperwork is served to me, if I'm taken away in handcuffs, I have to report that to my employer right away. Okay?
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's an absolute must. Even if I get pulled over. If I get pulled over by a cop and it's not a completely consensual ticket, like if I'm an asshole, basically, I have to report that to my employer. In fact, there was a person that I work with or used to work with who recently got let go. Because
he got arrested and he didn't tell anybody about it?
Correct.
Oh.
Well, that was one of the
What
things.
was the arrest for?
Falsifying police report.
Oh. So it was more than just like a traffic ticket that he didn't let somebody know about.
But it was him being arrested, and he didn't tell them anyway.
Can I ask you a quick question? Could you possibly not be fired if you let them know and you were honest and upfront about it? And so there's a chance they would have been like, okay,
I have no idea. I have no idea. But
that's the fear of not reporting it.
I think this is the good thing. I think that type of thing is a positive, especially in this scenario. Let's say the football player hit his girlfriend, charges were filed. He has to report that to the NFL or to his coach or the owner. Mm-hmm. Whoever fired him should have known earlier, hey, there's a charge of this against you. Period. Done. Black and white. This is the charge. If you're found guilty, you are fired. Not, your punishment depends on the social outcry of everyone else.
Right.
No.
Yeah, due process has to be an aspect of it.
Because
for sure.
just like the woman that Dr. Moen treated, is she getting the spotlight? Does she have to go through something so that her husband or whoever it was that was beating her up gets fired because of social pressures? No. If there's a police report and if you're found guilty, period, right, that's when they should step forward. Gotcha. It makes me sick, the knee-jerk reactions that business owners are having. Oh, the population freaks out over something. Oh, right. Trayvon Martin. Oh, I was going to say Monica Lewinsky. I don't know why. But this beating, there's other situations where the public freaks out about something and instantly someone is fired. A knee-jerk reaction happens. Nobody explains exactly why. If the NFL or if the coach, the owner, thought it was so appalling that he was charged with domestic abuse, he should have been fucking fired then when they found out about the charge. Well,
I wonder if it was... See, that's they're all going back to the video, and I guess the video does... when you get to see something... You hear about people dying in Iraq, but then you watch them dying on TV, it has more effect.
But the problem is, if you don't have that video... Does that mean that me getting the shit beat out of me by my spouse is any less damning?
Right.
It shouldn't be.
Right.
Once you set a standard,
it should be at period.
Then everybody's treated the same.
And I think that's what's made. I think that's what's made this a good positive thing is that there's now a zero tolerance. You get domestic violence charges pressed against you, and you're found guilty. You're done in the NFL. Now that was a reaction to seeing what domestic violence looks like in a raw form. And so I think that's okay.
People know what domestic violence... I grew up in a household of domestic violence.
Right.
I saw that stuff. I mean, you don't need to see a video and go, oh, no, he really beat the fuck out of her in that one. Oh, that hit. That knocked her the fuck out. You don't need to see that. There was a domestic violence charge. Here are the facts, ma'am. I mean, it needs to be a Sergeant Friday type of situation. Who, what, when, where, why, how.
I agree, and I think that's what this has enabled. You're right. Maybe it shouldn't have ever gone to that point, but it's there now. People have seen it before, and maybe I didn't see domestic abuse physically in my household. Verbally, yes, but not physically. But seeing that video was shocking for me, even though I've seen worse. But I guess I, like other people, put athletes on pedestals or actors on pedestals. When I hear about James Taylor having been a wife beater, that upsets me because I love James Taylor. Yeah. So, I think that's more difficult, or it's more shocking when we see that. So I'm with you that I figured that domestic abuse, no matter what it is, you're going to get fired for. I think for a majority of people who thought, some guys could never give up the fact that O.J. Simpson probably killed his wife. He was the juice who... did all these incredible things in football, and they could never get past the fact that he was this football star. So I need to go see if she's here.
Okay. Well, you know what? You leave, and I'll keep talking. I'm going to talk about a few things and finish up this thought, and then we'll see where we're at. I think the thing that we need to be careful about, and it's going to be hard for me to say this without coming across as an asshole. Because violence is violence. Sexual assault is sexual assault. sexual harassment is sexual harassment. And when I say that, people are probably going to be like, oh, no shit, Dick Tracy. But if a man is at work and he files a sexual harassment lawsuit or a complaint to his boss or his boss's boss because his female boss or a female peer is sexually harassing him, people laugh it off. We're still in an age where people laugh off the fact where men could be made to feel uncomfortable because of a woman's sexual comments to that guy. So it bothers me when we don't treat things fairly. And if we're going to treat things one way, we should treat them. I mean, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander type of a thing. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? And when we look at domestic abuse, when you see that video, there is physical abuse happening both ways. It's happening both ways. Now, yes, some people are going to say, well, a man should never hit a woman. You're right, almost. You're almost right. Violence is violence. A woman can kick the shit out of a man just as easily as a man can kick the shit out of a woman. There are some women out there who are pretty physically scary, and they know what they're doing. They know how to hit a bag. They know how to hit you. They know how to kick you in the balls. I mean, we have our weaknesses. It's not like we can't be taken down, men, right? So, when a woman attacks a man, there's all these stupid views of, well, he should just stand there and take her slapping him and scratching him and punching him and kneeing him in the balls. He should take all that, because if you're a real man, you'll just take all that. And or you should somehow be able to stop that and be fine. What a bunch of bullshit. That is bullshit. And I will be the first one to say, if a woman who is out of her mind, it could be someone I care about or somebody I have no idea who it is, if they come up to me and try to scratch my fucking eyes out, knee me in the balls, or punch me in the face, I'm gonna punch you in the face back. So, again, my point is, violence is violence. And if someone is getting hit, someone should be able to protect themselves. And the idea of a man should just be able to stand there and take it is horseshit. Okay?
What about the idea that Joe Rogan talks about a man being so physically different from a woman that as a UFC fighter, it's just totally unfair if you're transgendered and you're a guy who became a woman and you want to go fight women? It's unfair because your hands are twice the size, your body's built differently, you have more weight, you have more, all these things that work better. It's unfair.
So are you telling me, I just want to be clear. Are you saying that as a guy, because you have a dick and balls, you should be able to stand there and let any woman come up and slap you and kick you and hit you?
So because it's not because I have a dick and balls. It's because it's
because you're a man.
It's because I'm physically differently built than they are. That can cause a hell of a lot more damage than they do.
Because you have a dick and balls.
I would defend myself. I cannot.
Are you saying that a guy who's 120 pounds should react the exact same way that you and I?
So in other words, every scenario is going to be different. I don't think that you can. I would not. My wife is 5'10",
and if she came up to me
and she came up in and she punched me in the face, I'm not going to punch her in the face back.
Well, you wouldn't punch hardly anybody in the face back, because that's who you are.
Even if I had to defend myself.
Well, oh, great. Kat's here. She'll be coming down in just a second. So let me finish up this thought about domestic violence before she comes in. All right, listen. Domestic violence. I grew up with that stuff. I saw it. It was horrible. I would never want to see a woman go through what my mother went through. But we absolutely need to look at things in a way that we treat everything fairly. And women can hurt a guy, and a man needs to be able to do something. What do you expect a man to do? I'm not saying that he needs to knock a woman out or slam her head into the video of them in the elevator was horrible. It was absolutely horrible, and I don't want to see it again. But that's not why he should be fired. He should have been fired because there was a domestic charge filed, and in the courtroom, he was found to be guilty. We do have due process. If we don't have due process, then everything is a mob mentality. Right? Everything's a mob mentality. And is that who we are? I don't think so. I don't think that's who we are. It might be who we're kind of acting like right now, but is that really who we want the United States of America to be? That we live in this mob mentality? I don't think so. Kat.
Yes.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
This is the second time we've tried to have you on.
I know.
And you're busy. You're a busy lady.
I am very busy.
Okay, so your place is called Vitality,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Vitality Fitness.
Yes.
So if you go to crvitalityfitness.com, you're going to see your website.
Yes.
So who are you? Tell me about you. What makes you you?
funny.
And why do we have Vitality
I don't know.
Fitness?
Why do you? Well, it's been a long journey.
Go ahead and try to keep that mic about 4 inches or so in front of your face, and you can move this around. It makes no sound.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
How's that?
Great.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are you feeling good?
Yes. Sorry. The
You're
headset
set.
with the glasses, I'm just trying to be comfortable.
Whenever you are comfy,
if
that's
you
all that
don't-
matters.
If you don't want to wear the headphones, you don't have to.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. So, Vitality Fitness.
Yeah.
How did you start this thing? And what is it?
Okay. Well, you want the long story?
Yeah, give it to us.
So I was a dancer for years and years. Went to college for dance, and they dropped the dance program when I was in college, so I was forced to pick another major. So I lived my life. I met my future ex-husband in college and settled down and had a couple kids, and I lived in Detroit, actually, at the time.
That's exciting all in itself.
Yeah, not so much. So he lost his job. We moved here to Iowa, and then went through a divorce. And I stayed because Iowa was a much better place to raise my children than Detroit was.
Yeah.
So I think every person in every breakup, doesn't matter if it's divorce or just your significant other, even, any kind of breakup, you go through some kind of transformation process. Because sometimes you end up losing yourself in that other person, and you go through identity crisis. That's why everybody has these crises when they go through breakups. But so I was searching for something, and I'd coached high school dance team for 4 years, and that was great because it was a great I felt like I was making a difference, especially with teenagers. But there was nothing out there for adult women. So in this search, I lost 50 pounds, and I started rebuilding myself and kind of transforming myself. And part of that was to get back to my roots, which I was a dancer. So there's no studios anywhere that cater to adult women or men for dance studios. You can go to a kid's dance studio and you can take an adult dance class or adult hip-hop class, but nothing that really created an environment for women to feel comfortable. So there was a pole studio in town for a while called Wicked Enchantment. I thought, well, if I can't do that, then maybe pole fitness is for me.
Was that when Carmen Electra had her thing out? Was that kind of the same time period?
Probably. Yeah, I don't know.
I was always interested in seeing those DVDs.
Now,
but
pole fitness is like an aerobic workout with a stripper pole,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to paint the picture.
Yes.
Okay.
So I went to Wicked Enchantment, and it was okay, but I knew it wasn't for me. So I stopped going, and but I made a friend in the process, and his name's Dalen, and Dalen was one of the pole instructors there. And so he came to me and he goes, well, why don't you just open up your own place? And I was like,
It's a big leap.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So I did a lot of research, and I already had fallen in love with the art of burlesque, and not because of what it is, but just because it's an empowerment for women and men too, but mostly women. It gets them in touch with their sensuality and their sexuality, and builds confidence and just makes women feel better. So I put a business plan together that I was going to corporate pole and burlesque together in one studio, because both forms are empowerment, and there's a lot of stigmatism that go along with both.
Right.
So I worried about it because I'm a single mom. I've got 2 teenagers at home. And I didn't want any kind of negativity, any kind of backlash from doing this. And so I did a lot of research. And even creating the name of the place was it took me a long time, because I wanted to make sure and let people know that it was fitness-based. I mean, because really it is. You're moving your body. And it also was important that I put in some mainstream classes. Like, I have normal dance classes, I've got Zumba, I've got a dance fitness class, so that in yoga, so we have these other things that are going on. And so that way we're bringing people in so people aren't ashamed by coming to our studio. So I put a business plan together, and I went to a bank. And I said, I need a loan. And I do have a normal job. I'm not like walking off the street. I'm legit. I have a normal corporate job, but this is my passion. And I really want to transform people's lives by the art of dance. So they gave it to me. And then had to find a landlord and be like, this is a really good idea. This is a really good idea. And so I found a landlord right up the street who saw my vision and thought it was a really good thing. And so just went for it. And, it's difficult because I'm working 2 jobs, really
Right.
3.
I was going to ask you, how could you possibly be doing all these different classes
And a parent.
And
parent,
yes. Yeah. And manage, my full-time job. But I've always been a busy creature by nature. So that's when I'm the happiest, is when, and the thing about vitality is that there's mornings where I wake up where I'm like, I just don't know how much longer I can do this 2-job thing.
I bet.
And I've made such a huge impact on so many women's lives in such a short amount of time that that's what keeps me going. So,
do you see yourself getting to the point where it can be your only job? I mean, do you see light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing?
That's the goal.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you feel? Do you think you have like a 5-year plan, or what are you thinking?
3-year plan.
3-year. Nice.
So already got 1 year down.
Awesome.
Because we spoke with Stephanie Meyer, life coach, and she's in the Cherry Building.
Oh yeah, she's with Chuck.
Stephanie Meyer.
yeah.
What did you say?
Did I say Stephanie Meyer?
You said Stephanie Meyer. Her name is Jennifer Murphy. You can edit that out.
I knew what you meant.
Whoa. Who's Stephanie Meyer?
I listen.
As soon as you said life coach,
Jennifer-
I
was going to say.
Jennifer Murphy.
Yes.
Stephanie Meyer. What in the hell was I thinking? I'm not editing any of that out. It's all raw. Just like
That's
vitality.
funny.
It's
That's
raw.
right.
Embrace it.
That's right.
Sorry, Jennifer.
Sorry,
Anyway,
Jennifer.
Jennifer Murphy, she talked about her story of transformation, where she said, I have a great corporate job. I have the ideal, the picturesque life. Houses, 6-figure income, kids, husband, but not fulfilled.
Right.
And she gave all of that up on the drop of a dime
Wow.
to start being a life coach. Now, she had worked through that and kind of brought herself to this realization, this is what I need to do. And it seems like that's what you have gotten yourself to that place.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You're making like a very logical transition. I can see the transition.
Yes.
Whereas she came home and said to her husband, yeah, I'm going to quit.
Yeah. We'll see.
Boom.
Well, because we both talked with Jennifer about going, holy shit, that's a dive that neither one of us could make, whether it's kids or it's wives, or you have things set up to a point where you can't just do. You feel like you can't make those kind of leaps.
But similarly, you're finding something that what it sounds like is that you're impacting people's lives, and you're like, okay, I finally feel good about where I'm at.
Yes.
That's awesome.
One of my most popular classes is lap class. And it's funny because I always get asked if I'm an extrovert.
Hold on.
Is it what you think it is? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I read up on
A
it.
lap class.
Yes.
So that is, you're teaching ladies how to give a lap dance.
Yes.
I'm going to text my wife
hold on.
right now.
I feel like I need a cigarette. I feel like I'm going to take a long, cold shower.
And I'm not kidding. I am texting my wife.
Now, I think that's pretty cool.
Yes.
I didn't realize that was the type well, you know what? Let's just go. I don't see if somebody went to your website and they went to classes.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of video on there. And the reason being is because a lot of these women like to be private.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would assume a lot of them are doing it for somebody.
Yes.
Right? I mean, it's to do something
they're either
for someone.
doing it for somebody or they're just doing it for themselves.
Okay.
Really. But the thing that's great about lap class is, so I teach them a routine, and we have sessions, and they're about every 4 to 5 weeks. So every 4 to 5 weeks, I teach them a new dance. And so after they get it down, we invite their significant others. They come into class. They bring a bunch of alcohol. Everyone sits and drinks, and they get lap dances by their significant
Is there a
others.
volunteer list? Is there a sign up?
Does anybody not have a significant other? You need a partner?
Yeah. Well, and
My wife's gonna. No, she won't listen to this. I was gonna say my wife's gonna listen to this and go, "What the fuck?"
It's sad.
What
they
do you
don't
mean?
listen to it.
Sign up list. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
so it's the one thing I learned about it is that if I give a woman, I can give a woman material, I can teach her how to use her body, but then she goes home and she gets nervous, or because there's something, even me as a performer, there's something different about performing in a room full of 500 people that I know that my people are probably placed, but around the crowd, but it's very easy for me versus performing for just that one person.
Because you're so.
Yes.
Oh, I've even, and I don't want to relate this just directly to sex, but I've heard, but I will.
How can you not?
I was going to say that I've heard some people say that sometimes it's easier with a one night stand to take some chances and do some things you didn't think you would do, because you don't know them, and they're not going to judge, or if they are judging you, you don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, last week when I had a one night stand, we fucking tore it up.
Not even funny. God.
I'm just kidding. I would never do that anymore. So, okay. So because I didn't know that, because I didn't know you gave lap dance classes.
Yes.
I might have to talk to my lady. Now,
So go ahead. Go back to the performance part.
Okay.
I think that's a big.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing. So when you were doing your show recently at the Armory,
Yes.
I mean, Chuck Kavanaugh thought it was. He was up and down about it.
Yeah.
I've heard wonderful feedback from it. So was that one of your first big shows? Or
That
you
was the first show we've ever done.
really?
Yeah.
we missed it. Yeah, we blew it.
I had to work that night, or else I would have been there.
And so I've created this burlesque troupe, and it's called the Va Voom. And because in working with these ladies, I'm like, these ladies need to perform. Like, they are thirsty, they need somewhere to go, and so why not create it, right? Mm-hmm. So I want our trademark to be lap dances. So at the end, the very last routine we did, we actually put names in a jar. And each, if you're interested, you put your name in a jar, and then we picked a name, and they came up on stage, and they all got a lap dance in front of everybody, and it was pretty cool. One of the guys, his name was Don Juan, and he was 82.
Is he from Cedar Rapids?
Yeah.
I think I've heard of him
I'm sure
before.
you have.
Okay. I think I've heard of Don.
He came up to the stage. He's like, I'm a veteran. He comes up and he sits down. He's ready.
You're afraid to
And-
give him a heart attack? Were you afraid at all?
We were a little concerned.
I bet.
We were a little bit concerned.
If he sees this, is there an AED in the back room?
But the one thing that surprised me the most is that it was more women. These women.
They put their names in?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
The gal that that I got was she was very into it. Very much into it.
Now,
yeah.
is it very, I don't know.
What?
Is it wrong for me to assume that she's gay, or does she just like women and that's okay? And that's, or she likes to dance?
Either one.
Don't be an asshole. I'm being honest. I don't
Dude,
know.
you just gave
No,
two
either
examples.
one.
Well, maybe
It
I'm
could be-
wrong.
it could be either one.
Can you be like really into women as
Sure.
a woman
Yeah.
and not be gay?
Oh, I don't know.
Can you find them beautiful but not be sexually attracted? Absolutely.
To the point you want a lap dance, though. That's where that's kind of like
pretty-
where I'm like, well,
There's, you know what?
I mean, I totally appreciate like a male fitness body. I can appreciate that because and then you know, as I was young, when I was younger, I'd strive for that look. I could appreciate it,
Right.
but I don't want him lap dancing me.
yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
think it's different with men.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe.
But there's a
They have
scale,
rocks for
right? There's
brains.
100% hetero and 100% homosexual.
Kenzie test.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Everybody falls. There's nobody that's 100 and 100. We all fall in this line. So, do I think that there's, people in all
Sure.
places of the line?
Different
Sure.
shades.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Yes.
for you, it didn't bother you at all. It's just
No, no, not at all. I'm not bisexual, but I appreciate women. Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think it'd be hard to be in your job and not.
I think it'd be hard to be
know.
on the chair and really dig it, and then be like, okay, the song's over.
Walk back
I gotta
to your
go
chair.
back to my seat. Does anybody have a notebook?
That's
Anybody
why
have a
we did
notebook?
the last song of the. That's why it was
like-
the last.
And the
routine.
curtain
I
falls.
can't-
Now that would be
That would be great.
that would
That
be
would be good.
awesome.
That would
Can I have
work.
15 minutes?
It's
I-
done.
I need
And,
15 minutes.
and the guys, when the curtain falls, they just kind of kick back like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that'd be great.
I remember those episodes in like, especially freshman year in high school. Come on up to the board and do this. And I'd be like, no.
No.
And they're like, come up and work. You just try. No, I'm not doing it. And it had nothing to do with my abilities or not. I was like, I'm not standing up. Period.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Terribly frightening. So that right now, I'm not sure I can enjoy that because that was placed in my head. Thank you for that.
I'm sorry for everyone listening at home. I'm sure it was a great experience. Give it a try.
Just kidding.
The next time Va Voom is out, put your goddamn name in that
That's
fishbowl.
right.
October 4th.
We're at October 4th.
Lionbridge.
Lionbridge Brewery.
Oh, shit. We're hoping to have Quentin on here pretty soon.
Oh, you'll have to talk to him then.
Oh.
October 4th.
Yeah.
Well, let me tick, 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 on my phone.
It's free. It's kind of it's a bar top burlesque where it's just kind of like a flash. So we're going to do just a couple of routines just to get people exposed to it.
Sure.
It's October
literally.
Cedar
4th.
Rapids is really stepping fucking
Okay,
off the
it's
bat. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I mean, there's lots of things going on. I just love hearing about it.
Agreed.
Here, I'm just going to shoot you down right now.
Okay.
October 4th, we
Yes.
have a podcast with Katie from Elite Fitness.
Oh,
October 4th. But maybe when does it start?
October
10 p.m.
4th. You are incorrect.
No? I'm looking
Yeah.
right at October 4th. It's a Saturday.
Well, as the booker, let me take a look. As the
All
booking
I-
agent,
listen,
let me take a
all
look
I do
at
is
this.
look at the calendar that you populate.
Yeah, don't be an ass.
I'll tell
So
you
it's
what, though.
October what?
4th.
We have a podcast with Tino Cruz, not Katie.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Tino's a rapper from here. He works at Ecolips.
Eclipse, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So October 4th. But I mean, his podcast is going to be at some point during the day. So I would think we'd be able to work it
you
in.
can't come until 10 p.m. So, well, you can come
That's when
there,
it starts.
but it doesn't
10
start until
p.m.
10. Yeah, they're going to
Oh.
close the doors.
Oh, yeah.
We'll definitely
Oh,
be
we're
there.
there.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Definitely be there.
Yeah.
I'll take a cab ride home
There you
because
go.
I'll probably be drunk.
And so will I.
With that beer. Oh, my God. This beer is so great.
I know.
Do you
They actually made a beer for our event. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
They made a cherry chocolate stout for our show that was called Les Boudoirs.
That is awesome. That's the
Yeah.
bedroom, right?
Yes.
Ooh, I like it. Fuck, this is
How did
awesome.
you know that?
Lay is the, and boudoir is bedroom.
Yeah.
We don't want to go to the boudoir. You never heard that before?
Les Boudoirs.
Good gracious.
Well, she said it a lot better than what you said it. When she said it, I was like, "What was that? What was that?" You
He lives in the frontal cortex
Okay, yeah.
most of the time.
You smell nice.
So-
What'd you say?
Exactly. I stopped thinking 15 minutes ago.
Where was the French words at? I don't know where the. All right.
All right. It's in the calendar, and it'll be
Okay.
We'll have it.
We're
ready to
doing
go.
that. We're there.
We are.
All right.
And I'm gonna get a hold of Quentin because now we got to make sure we have Quentin on to do this. So
Yes.
be great.
And then November 8th is the next big one at Shores Event Center.
Yeah. Where's that at? Where's Shores Event Center?
It's in the Irish District. It's next to Mahoney's.
Oh, it's the new Knights of Columbus building. No.
Here in Cedar Rapids?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's a forest. It's right by my house. It's a 4-story brick building
Yes.
that has all kinds of stuff going on.
Yes,
at
it's
it.
actually going to be in the basement.
Gotcha. And they had to do weddings and all kinds of stuff.
Oh.
And there's like a cabinet, like there's like a kitchen place. There's all kinds of things in the same building.
Yeah.
There's a hairdresser.
Oh, yeah, there's a cabinet place right when you walk in.
Yeah, there's a guy who has a bright baby blue Bentley who does hairdressing there.
Oh, I didn't
And
know
his
that.
his husband is a doctor here in town. So,
Oh, my gosh, I know exactly who you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yep.
but we're talking like a baby blue Bentley. We're talking about probably $500,000. No,
What?
probably $250,000 car, baby blue.
I've heard some pretty interesting things about them.
So have I.
Yeah.
I've heard some great things.
Yeah.
See, you were out of the loop, buddy.
I am out of the. Listen, I go to work,
But you're-
I do like Photoshop stuff, and then like you, I come and do like a second
There you
job.
go.
And
Yeah.
I mean, he had to tell me that we're going back to war with ISIS. What did you tell me today? Oh no, you're talking about
the Ray Rice
the Ray Rice thing,
video tape.
and that
yeah.
we're going back to war with ISIS. I didn't know either one of those, and I guess that happened recently.
But you have your 1 year open house coming up soon too,
I
don't
do,
you?
yeah.
Is that tomorrow?
Saturday.
Saturday. Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. That's exciting. A year. We just finished our first
Yeah.
year of doing this, and
Oh,
we were
you
just
did?
like,
Yeah,
it's such a big. We don't have a whole lot to show for it, but we're very excited that we've stuck with it this long, and we're having
Yeah.
so much fun
That's
meeting
the
people,
yeah.
and it's
I tell
been
you what,
great.
Year's
the
really
people that
hard.
came, the people that were here like the first 20 podcasts, and then like Denise coming back, she walked in and was like, "Whoa,
It's different.
Hey.
this
Yeah.
room's a whole lot different. What have you
Yeah.
done to the place?"
Thank God it's changed just a tad. It'd be bad if it was still at the same level. We got to grow. Baby
Okay.
steps.
That's right.
So
yes.
burlesque. Mm-hmm. How help me wrap my head around how it is. I can see how building your self-esteem
Yes.
is empowering. Is burlesque or is dance in a way just helping somebody feel sexy?
Yes.
And I mean, not necessarily feel better about themselves, but just feel like you walked into the doors and you didn't feel like a sexy. You didn't look like the person on the magazine. You don't talk like the people in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily fit a certain stereotype. How do you help somebody feel sexy? And that's what these classes help you do,
Yeah.
men and women.
Yes.
So
I don't-
you have men students.
I do. Not in the dance world, but in pole we do. Actually, men are very good.
I can see how it would be a pretty serious workout,
It
to be
is.
honest. I mean,
It's none like you've ever experienced. It's, it's tons of core and upper body strength, and I mean, I can't do it. That's why I have teachers do it, because I can't. There's just no way.
really?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I could do a couple like spins and look pretty on it, but that's about as far as it gets.
At least you're honest.
So
That's okay.
you have instructors. You have other people besides yourself teaching classes.
Are they like part owners with you, or you're the owner?
Oh no,
and they're under-
I'm the owner.
Amen.
Solo gig.
Yes, but no, I have 3 pole instructors and another dance instructor. So
So what part do you focus on the most then, you as an instructor? Just the dance part mostly?
yeah, I do the dance fitness. So I do some cardio, I do some stretching, I do some Pilates, and I do the burlesque and the lap. And
Well, I would say that, I mean, I know you were trying to gauge your business to make sure that people were okay to come in there and do
Yep.
things.
Yep.
But it almost sounds like you would have to be required to have more stuff in there to make people, to have more
Yeah,
people come
you
in. I mean, you
can't-
couldn't just have a burlesque
no,
dance instruction shop,
there's
right?
just not that much interest in it.
Right.
And, a lot of women are intimidated. And one of the things that I do offer is bachelorette parties. And so that helps open the door. So, a bunch of these women come in and have a little party, and whether it be dance or pole, and it gets them exposed, and that way it gets me in front of them, and I tell them the history of the place and what it's really all about, and some of them do come back and some of them don't, but I want to give them a positive experience because word of mouth is everything. So those ladies go out and say what a great experience they had. And so, yeah. But to answer your question, as far as, part of the burlesque is owning what you've got, because if you're not confident in what you have, it shows in your performance, right? It shows as you dance. So part of the exercises that I have the women do is touch themselves. And what I mean by that is not what you're thinking.
Not like sexually.
No.
No, we get it.
But, to just, own it, because, big, little, skinny, tall, short, doesn't matter. There's something about looking at yourself in the mirror and touching yourself in a way to where you start feeling good about yourself. And it's okay. I always tell everyone that we weren't, men all don't like one particular type of woman. I mean, that's what society tells men they're supposed to like. But the reality is that there's a type for everybody. So if you look at my troupe, none of us look alike. We all look completely different from one another. And there's a reason for that, because there's beauty in it's important for me to show everybody that there's beauty in all shapes and sizes. And they know that I feel that way. And so by me, telling them and giving them permission to embrace themselves and own themselves, to make them feel good about themselves, they do.
And I would have to add, from a personal point of view, I know I've heard a lot of women say the same thing, that confidence is a huge thing about attraction. Mm-hmm. And so I think that you could see past some of those societal,
what society would say is flaws.
Flaws, whether it's heavy or too skinny or, not large enough, whatever. I think you could see through those things when you see somebody going, I'm owning this. So if you like it, awesome. If you don't, that's okay. Right. I would find that attractive. Like, oh, really? Shit, she's got something going on, because she doesn't give a shit what I think.
Right.
You know what I mean? That strikes me as something that I could see why that would be really, really empowering. That's awesome.
But that is a tall order.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tough thing to get past, because every single day, I'm not by any means, I don't feel like obese, but every day I see myself in the mirror. I'm not like solid, like, hey, I could get up in front of people. Right. Now, at one point in time.
We all could. Or you and I could, definitely. Yeah. Well, back in the day, we would probably have felt more comfortable doing that.
I debated with myself on whether or not I was going to tell this story.
Go ahead. The photo shoot. Do it. I knew it. See, I knew it, Kat, what it was without even saying it.
What?
The photo shoot.
What photo shoot?
With your ex-wife's sister.
No.
Oh, I was wrong.
He's way wrong.
That's a good story, though.
We'll tell that. Sounds like a great story, actually.
I'll tell that story first, and then I'll follow up with
How about I get to tell that story since
I
brought it up, and you bring up the sunburn. I'll do the other story.
Okay.
Kat is like, what the fuck? Exactly. I can't wait.
We got her intrigued.
All right, so you go ahead and tell the story, and then when you're done, I will not interrupt you.
You can interrupt me.
No, until you're done, and then I'll fix everything you fucked up.
So he thought of we were both probably in the best shape of our lives. I definitely was.
Doubt.
I was about 198 pounds, probably like 8% body fat.
Oh my gosh.
And he was in really good shape too. We were working. Both of our wives were friends, and so we just became really good buddies.
I just got out of the military.
So we thought, it'd be awesome to do a photo shoot with a friend of ours. And
because we thought that would be kind of a sexy little gift
to give to our wives. Well, they became very quickly like these homoerotic kind of like photographs. We thought we were doing like really artistic poses.
Every single podcast, we so reinforce this fucking thing.
Who said it first? Was it Jennifer who said it, that we reinforce some of these things, or was it Denise?
Denise was really like every time we said something, she's like,
we get pegged as a couple quite a bit.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Hey, polar bear.
It's not polar bear. It's just a bear.
I thought it was polar bear.
Oh, I know about, I know
Yeah,
about
it's just a
bears.
bear. It's
Yeah.
not a polar
What about
bear.
a leather polar bear?
A polar bear might be a guy with a lot of white hair on his body. But
Right.
a polar bear is just two gay men
Just
who
a
are very
bear.
butch. Just
Right.
a bear. Yeah.
A bear, yes.
Usually beards.
Yes.
What you would not think
Muscles.
of. Yeah, muscles. And so people thought of us as a couple very often. Anyways, these pictures, which I still have.
You do? Seriously?
Yeah, I have all the negatives too. Because that was back when they were negatives.
Swear to God.
We'll send them to Kat. We'll see what she thinks.
Yeah.
So 20 years ago. anyways.
Get me back into this shape, Cat.
Yeah, exactly. So we took these pictures and we thought, wow, these are really artistic and really cool. And then we saw them. We're like, holy shit. What did we think we were doing? Now, a couple of them were cool. You know,
So, yeah,
I could see kind of cool.
they're-
I had like jeans on and no top, and
But they were like black and white.
Black and white. So they were kind of cool. There's one with my son and I. But
Now,
then there was
no. We didn't do anything like that when your son was around.
yeah. Junior was there.
You
Junior
had
was
your
there
own pictures with your son,
at the same time. We did them before
but he wasn't
that.
around when we were like taking our shirts off and
We were totally naked at one point. We were off.
not with Junior around.
I can't remember.
No, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, there was not a child around while I was.
He's 20 years
derobing.
old now. I don't think it'd be that big of a
For
deal.
the love of God,
Well, okay. Anyways,
Did you
so
tell
there are some
her- did you
pictures of
tell
us like
Kat-
running
wait.
in the woods, like
not running. We weren't. Like,
We're posing
fucking
like-
acting
we're posing like-
Sasquatch. Jesus Christ! There's a hairless Sasquatch running.
You said that we were not going to interrupt, and I haven't had a chance to even probably tell the entire
Did you
story.
tell her
because
that it was my sister-in-law that was taking pictures of us?
no?
Okay.
Okay.
And we were very, very secret. You know, we were not just exposing ourselves. We were trying to be kind of covert-ish.
No, we didn't expose ourselves.
Yeah,
at all.
yeah. So they turned out not to be very good. And then his wife at the time found out about him, and she just went ape shit.
No, because I gave them to her at Red Lobster. Yeah, because
Rule number one: she was taking a drink, and you fucking said something. Cedar Ridge bourbon. Don't spit that out, Kat. Cedar Ridge.
Are you having a good time, Kat?
Wait, yeah. You were,
All right. Now listen.
you were at Red Lobster?
Listen.
And you
I
said
mean, I don't think I knew that.
I admit that I made
the
mistakes.
best choice.
I made mistakes as a young man.
Haven't we all?
Yeah, I pretty much think it was Red Lobster. But I thought here's the photos, and I had them, so I was like, yeah, there's a few that are all right. Maybe I was trying to step down the path that you've created for some young women, which was trying to feel good about yourself,
Right.
and I know it's funny now; it's definitely hilarious. But at the time,
It was pretty serious.
we put ourselves
absolutely.
out there,
Absolutely.
and I handed over these photos at the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong intro.
Timing's everything.
It was not a good scenario with me and the first Mrs. Matt.
Which sea creature do you want to eat? Oh, by the way, here's, are you gonna
I'll take the all you
can eat shrimp.
I'll take all you can eat shrimp. And hey, by the way, you want to see some?
I can't remember my wife at the time if I showed her those and her reaction or anything.
No.
Was I not married?
No. You were not married.
Okay.
By the time I came back from the service, you
That's
had
right. I was
become
divorced.
divorced.
Gotcha. Okay. Because I can't remember any kind of episode. So that's good. I had a great time.
Great
I thought
story.
they were awesome. So now you have a sunburn story that's better than this?
Do you remember when we were both in a Bible study group?
Oh, God. That's long.
And I was going to Kirkwood. And there was a young man in my class, in one of my classes. I was 24 at the time. So there's this 18-year-old kid. And I thought, man, you really are annoying. But he was a stripper.
Oh, yes.
And he came into class and he was telling, I think it was a English class. And he had written a paper about what he does. And I was floored, absolutely floored. I was like, okay, I totally have a better body. I'm nowhere near as annoying. And he's making sick money.
Yeah, I know.
He's making really, really sick money. I could do this.
Mm-hmm.
I could totally do this. Mm-hmm. And I entertained the thought for about a weekend because I was like, okay, I can do this. I have the confidence. I have to work on my tan. Went and sat in a tanning bed for 15 minutes. Got out, went to my Bible study class, and I looked like a freaking lobster. Just an absolute lobster, and I couldn't stop.
He doesn't tan well, Cat.
I don't tan well. And I could not stop touching my skin. I was burnt so bad and so dried out. And then once you touch it, it gets worse.
Yes.
That's as close as I got to actually stripping. But that was my stripping story. I almost. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And I came out. I told my Bible study group, "Hey guys, I'm thinking about doing something."
Oh, I remember the most because they're just like, why would you even think about that? We're pretty much atheists at this point, but back in the day, we were like, they were just like, holy, they're just like, and I remember saying to them, you know what, you're giving this guy shit, but guess what? He stood up and is being really honest and forthright with you guys, and you're just like, you're not saying, well, hey, you know what, it'd been different if they're like, hey, Matt, according to this scripture, that's probably not the best idea. They weren't nice about it. They were shitty about it. That's when I remember them being assholes.
Yeah. I actually, I remember there was a moment in my thought at that group that I thought, there might be a couple ladies here that might pay for this service. Sorry, God damn it. Rule number 1. Sorry, Todd. There might have been, but that's neither here nor there.
There would have been. We know of a couple that would.
That was the past, and this is now.
Maybe I should have a men's lap dancing class.
You know what? Now I'll be honest. I think if my lady I don't even know if she's into that.
I don't think guys know how to be sexy. I think guys know how to be macho.
I've seen male dancers. There are male dancers.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could do a male lap dance for your wife, right?
Yes.
You could do the same thing. But I have back fat. I don't feel comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Kat can feel me. She understands what I'm saying.
Kat was not drinking.
She wasn't drinking, but I wasn't trying to make her laugh. I'm just saying that I don't find that very attractive on my own body.
But that's
I don't want to.
You just have to own it.
Yeah. You know what? We had somebody on
your back fat.
We had an owner from a CrossFit gym in. I said, "Yeah, come check it out." And we've had somebody, Keone Koch, from Hard Drive MMA, come in. I thought, I'll give it a shot. Maybe I will stop by.
We can't do it at the same time. We're not going to be able to do that.
Fuck
no. I'm going to do a different total class.
I'd have to come in on a Tuesday. You'd have to come in on a Wednesday, and we'd have to compare notes on Thursday. It would have to be something. We could never, ever.
Or you have like those those Japanese paper dividers in between, and then you could practice by yourself and not make eye contact.
My partner wouldn't show up. This is how it would work out. This is probably how it would flow, because this is us. Our partners wouldn't show, and we'd be like, Kat would be like, well, you gotta do a lap dance. You need somebody. And then you would say, okay, I'll sit first. And you do your routine, Matt. Go ahead and do your routine, Matt. And
you would Kat or somebody.
You would be told, no, she's going to be showing. She would be showing me. That's how it would work. That's how our lives have been.
No.
Every time we do something, it's like,
I would draw the
sure
line.
You're not.
I would draw
fair?
the line. No, I'd draw the line. I think I would draw the line. I'd be like, sorry, I can't do it. Kat, can you sit in for so-and-so?
I have my girls practice on the girls, so like they switch.
Well, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah. Because there's something I can teach them so much by an empty chair, but if you actually put a person in the chair, it's completely different.
To me,
and then that way the girls can experience what it's like.
Let me tell you why. I like the idea of burlesque. I like the idea of lap dances with a significant other. This is why I think that I have, not burlesque, but so much lap dancing, or even, I should say stripping in particular, is that it was never worth it for me to enjoy it and get excited from it when that was it.
Right.
I never saw, saw the need for the commitment to get, not just to...
What, did I jump the gun?
Yeah, you jumped the shark.
I'm not talking about
what you were feeling,
and I was like, yeah, I had no release.
I'm not talking about a release right away. That was kind of
frustrating.
I was just thinking, I have a couple of friends who they loved going to strippers. And I was like, okay, I'll go, but it just isn't.
But here's the thing, they don't strip.
They just take their clothes off.
No. Have you been to a strip club?
She just said they don't strip. And why would you say so they just take their clothes off?
Because I'm a dummy. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
Have you been to a strip club recently?
I have. It's been a long time.
No? Seriously? Mm-mm. The women just walk around nude. That's it.
They
might have like a fishnet something on, and they take that off.
So it's not really that exciting.
No, it's not. It's all there. Then you're like, okay.
What if we could be like Magic Mike? Now those guys can freaking dance.
Now I've never watched
Channing Tatum. I watched the ones.
Dude,
my
you
wife
got a
said you've got to watch
bromance with this guy.
She goes, you got to watch Channing Tatum, and I was like, why? And she goes, he is an extremely good dancer, and the whole thing was because he did that job before he became a star, right? And so the one thing with him, it was very sexual. He's a very good-looking guy, but him dancing is flipping unbelievable.
Listen,
he's an amazing dancer.
He's a sex symbol. So him doing that, he sells that part. I think what is cool that Kat could do is show guys how to be sexy. Like I was saying before, guys know how to be macho. And guys know how to be a hard worker and kind of give off the alpha male look. But do guys really know how to be sexy?
And think about how
and
confident you would
move
be if you walked
and
around
move sexy
feeling
and
good
be
about
confident.
yourself like that. That's a good
I'm
point.
sure there's a ton of guys out there that can pull off the alpha male role, but
sure.
they can't be sexy when the lights go out.
Or they're faking it. They're pulling off the alpha male role because they're
Well,
just-
I have been given some credit to the classes. A lot of women's sex lives have improved, so I'm pretty happy about that. And so I feel like the men of Cedar Rapids should really know more about my studio, because if they
Hell
knew,
yeah.
then maybe they would support. And
if my wife is giving me lap dances, that's foreplay.
I know,
as far as I'm
exactly.
concerned, right? I mean,
well, and we just had a showcase night on Monday, and I said, if anybody in this room gets laid tonight, you're welcome.
there you go.
Seriously,
Vitality, fitness, and health.
that's right.
That's what it's all about, man.
So, all right. So how do you, young lady,
Sorry.
you can't play one side of the card and then say like, oh, I didn't realize I was doing that to you. So you teach women,
How
you
to
show
tease.
them how to tease,
Yes, I
and
do.
how to be empowered by their sexuality
Yes.
and sensuality.
Yes.
So when there's a response, I mean, the guys are like, oh, I'm on the edge of my seat. Hey, you did a great job with your class. Do you own that part too?
Well, here's the funny thing, is that I've actually never given a man a lap dance.
What?
Hey,
Hold the phone.
we might edit that out. You
Who's
can't say
that?
that on this show.
Sure she can. Why not?
Because she's selling lap dance classes.
Yeah, but she's being
So?
honest.
You're right, she's being honest.
Okay.
True.
Jackass. You're so judgmental.
And I was kind of hoping, like at the show, I got a guy, and I didn't. I got a girl.
Oh,
So
was that your first lap dance?
it was.
Hold on a second.
Oh,
What about? All right, I'm being presumptuous here. You mentioned an ex. There's no current.
Oh, well, I'm now, I just started seeing somebody,
Okay.
but he has yet to have a lap dance for me.
Are you what? Is
are
this,
you nervous about the idea of doing that?
No.
Oh, it's just
No,
it hasn't.
just-
Is it like
This
the
hasn't
second
happened.
date?
No. We've been dating for a little bit. We just haven't had the opportunity. I'm a busy chick.
You are a busy chick.
Yeah.
after he hears this, though, I think the lap dance is going to be coming.
But here's the thing. I would think that he feels like a lot of wives feel when their husbands are carpenters and they got a fucked up house. Like, hey, I realize you do this all day long and you're kind of tired, but you're a fucking professional and I want some payoff here.
Come fix my doorway.
Get
Let's
your
go.
ass over here and
Come square up
dance
this-
the shit out of me. I want to see this shit right now. You're a talented lady and I want you to know this.
And I want to see how talented you are.
He doesn't have any complaints.
I was going to say, I'm sure he's just fine.
Wouldn't think so. But anyway, hey, are we going to... I like the conversation. I dig it. Are we going to intermix a little Cards Against Humanity?
Oh, we can.
Have you ever played Cards Against Humanity?
I've heard about it, but I probably need
You know what?
just a little
We're
bit
gonna
more
we're
of
gonna
that.
play a little.
You bet. So I'm going to get her another drink.
Okay. I'm gonna fix
You
my
deal?
headphones. All right.
I have to scoot soon.
All right. You keep an eye on the clock.
Yeah, about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Totally cool with that. Now, have you ever played Apples to Apples?
No.
Do you play any freaking card games?
Do I have time?
Do you have time? You have kids?
Yes.
Your kids are in sports? Anything?
No.
What are they doing?
They hack into their school's computer systems.
I was just going to say, are they computer nerdy hackers? And then you just said that. That's all. That's, you know what though? That's a skill in today's age, and you need those types of skills.
My daughter's the artist, and my son's the computer hacker. It's interesting when you get a call from the principal telling you that your son hacked into the school's computer system.
I bet you he got an A.
Well, it's funny because now he's heading up a tech club, and they want him to tell them all the time on what he's working on.
You know what? Things could be a lot worse than today's kids.
I know. I'm not complaining. They're great kids.
You gave me 8, by the way.
Yeah, you get 10. I just learned that little rule.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
So my wife texted me back and said,
What'd she say?
I look forward to a lap dance from you.
See?
Now,
See?
So I'm going to text back the one word, which is back fat, and we'll see what the response is. Okay?
But that isn't
because I'm self-conscious.
Maybe it's her favorite part on your body.
Yeah, maybe that's what gets the juices flowing.
Oh, boy.
You got some black cards over here? Or are they over here?
They're at one end.
No. They're not. These are all white.
Did I put all the black cards in
You
here?
must have.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the deal.
Okay.
Cards Against Humanity. Everybody gets 10 white cards.
Read your cards and you get an idea of what they're like. Go ahead,
Right.
you can look at them.
And so we're going to start with Todd. Todd's going to pick one black card, and then you and I, we pick a card as a response.
Okay.
And we throw that in the pool. Now then Todd looks at said cards.
Okay.
He closes his eyes. We throw the cards. He opens them, looks at the cards, picks one. That person now gets the black card. And that's how you keep
You played
score.
apples?
No, he already asked me this.
No. No. Okay. So,
Okay.
Are you ready?
take a look at your cards.
Okay.
What do you got?
Okay, so you got to find a card that fits this. A recent laboratory study shows that undergraduates have 50% less sex after being exposed to blank. This is a great one. A recent laboratory study shows that undergraduates have 50% less sex after being exposed to.
Okay, now shut your eyes
blank.
and quit fucking cheating.
Okay,
Throw out whatever card. Okay.
my turn?
Okay. No, open your eyes. Okay.
My favorite part. I love being the person with the black card. A recent study shows that undergraduates have 50% less sex after being exposed to being a busy adult with many important things to do. Good job, Kat. A recent laboratory study shows that undergraduates have 50% less sex after being exposed to
Nubile
slave boys.
You don't know. Who gets the card?
Now, you can't do that.
Why?
That's so you. But I know it's you. So I'm going to pick that one, and you get the card.
Why? What?
But
the fucking nubile shit was working, man.
I know, but
Who
see,
got the
I can
laughs?
pick that. See, I want to get on Kat's good side, and so I got her the
and this
card.
is part of the game. This is part of the cool part. This is the cool part about Cards Against Humanity, because what you're doing essentially is manipulating the person who's reading the card. You have to try to know the person and go, oh, what would tickle his or her fancy? Got it?
Or I know who put the card down. So
yeah. Okay, so there's another white card, so you always have 10 cards.
now you
Okay.
can draw the black card, Kat.
Now
now I draw a new black card.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can put those down. You don't need them.
Okay.
Yep. Just draw that and you read. Put on your your lap dance voice and read the card for me.
A seductive voice. Oh, I got some great ones. I hope I can use
I
it.
have a couple stories about my voice.
Good.
Blank, period. Bet you can't have just one.
All right. I already have a choice A, but I'm going to look for a choice B.
That's a pretty good one. All right, Kat,
All right.
it's
Open your
all
eyes,
you.
lady.
All right.
All right. Now you read the black card again.
Foreskin.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
You have to read the card again.
Foreskin. Bet you can't have just one.
It's so gross.
That is pretty disgusting.
All right. What's the other one?
A fat, bald man from the internet. Bet you just can't have just one.
All right, which
This
one are you
is
going to
hard.
pick?
I don't-
It's just kinda,
They're both pretty good.
They are really good. I'm gonna pick the fat, bald man.
yes. I'm
See?
0 for 2.
Cat and I are connected.
God damn it. All right.
You don't get to keep that one. Jeez.
So everybody still.
Oh, so you keep the black cards. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
goal.
yours.
That's your
goodness
point.
gracious.
When we play with our ladies, we do the whole deck. When the deck's gone,
Yeah.
we see who has it all. It's
Yeah, by the
a
end
long,
of the night.
fun night.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a fun game.
Now this is a twofer.
$25, Cat. It's a fun, cheap game.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's
I'll
a
get it
twofer.
from my studio.
Oh,
yeah. That'd be great.
We're gonna buy a set for here because these are mine.
Okay. Lifetime presents blank. The story of blank. So the first blank card, you're going to want to have that on top, right? And the second response is on the bottom. So when I pick it.
Can you say it again, please?
Okay. Lifetime presents blank. The story of blank. And it's all happening right now.
Well, see, if I did the one I want to do, you're
I'm
gonna know
gonna
it's
know?
me. Yep. I'm
Well,
gonna.
You know what? I am a person that likes the funny. Make me laugh, people.
The coat hanger abortion one always gets me off guard.
So we just
I know,
put them
it's
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and make sure that the one that fits the first blank is on top, and I'll read that one first. What's going on? It's almost ready. Are we ready?
I'll relax. She'll let you know.
Who's taking forever?
Go ahead. You're ready.
Okay. All right, here we go. Lifetime presents Getting in Her Pants Politely. The story of scrotum tickling. Okay, I like that one. I just like the content. All right. Lifetime presents Santa Claus. The story of necrophilia.
That's a good one. Good mixes.
All right, now listen. I don't know if Kat was trying hard to get on my good side here with the getting in her pants and the scrotum tickling, or if she was trying to go with
Cat, he's confused. We did a really good job this time.
You did.
I know.
You both did a very good
Yeah.
job, and this is what I'm going to go with because
I'm a quick learner.
very little beats necrophilia. So I'm going to go with necrophilia. Who is that?
That was me.
That's her.
Oh, lady, you might get invited over here on a regular. Yes. That's what I'm saying.
All right, okay, that's it. So you mentioned something a little bit ago.
Are we done playing this now?
Yeah, we didn't
All
want
right.
to hand a piece.
Okay.
We actually called these guys and see if it was okay, and they're like, it's an open source game. You can promote it, use it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and there's
Good.
They're
there's
awesome. Very
multiple.
cool guys.
What do you call those decks? Those add two decks. What are they called?
Yeah, add to deck.
That's what it's called.
Expansion deck.
Oh,
Expansion.
expansion.
Thank
And
you.
they have they have holiday expansion kits. They have any.
Yeah, and you can just print them off at home. So you don't
Fun.
need to buy the cards. You could just print them off.
Oh.
I like giving my money.
I like
though.
the cards.
I like giving
Yeah.
my money. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Well, thank you for playing with us. And it only took like the third hand before she was really
Good at
getting in
it.
my head.
Yeah. Yep.
Just think if we were drinking all night long, she didn't have anywhere to go. And we had like 3 other couples playing.
There you go.
Crazy talk. Crazy talk.
What is your ultimate goal for Vitality? Would you like to have this, or I should say, the burlesque? Would you like to be like that's your gig, doing traveling burlesque with your group?
Yes.
Or is that's it?
Well, there's lots of goals.
Okay.
One is to spread my message because I think there's a lot of burlesque. Because I mean, I'm actually a burlesque performer as well. I have a stage name, and so I'm very tied into the burlesque industry and to the performers throughout Iowa. But not a lot of them, I don't think, promote this self-awareness and self-image and positive and being an example for other women. I'm also one of the oldest in Iowa that performs, so I take pride in that. So I see spreading my message, being able to do that, hopefully traveling, maybe seminars, maybe some workshops. I had Icon contact me.
Awesome.
We're going there
We're
in
going
October.
there in October.
Is Oh yeah, it's
End of October.
End of October.
yeah, it's like the
30th, right?
It's like Comic-Con almost.
yes. I'm doing a workshop there. They approached me.
The hell you say?
That's awesome. We're going there for a friend of ours who's an author.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm doing a burlesque workshop. They asked me if I want to do it. I'm like, yeah, I want to do it. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So that's one step that I can see myself taking. Another is with the troupe. It'd be wonderful to we've already had a brewery or a distributor contact us. They want us to represent them. So every time they have a
Really?
beer release, they want us there because there's nothing better that goes better with beer than burlesque. It kind of
I see the
Beer and
connection.
burlesque.
see that, yeah.
Beer and burlesque. There's a tagline for you right there.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
Exactly.
That's a podcast, I think.
Yes. That's a good name of a show.
Oh, yeah. Beer and burlesque
Beer
is a
and
great
burlesque.
name. Trademark. Gotcha. Sorry.
Okay.
Just kidding. All I can think of is Stephen Colbert when he says something funny. He's like, trademark.
I know. And, to have the studio keep growing and being able to offer more classes and being able to, I feel like sometimes I can't give it the attention that it needs. So, like
Did you-
everything, even the website, I did the website myself. I mean, everything I've done myself. So,
Do you see yourself taking that leap before you find the balance where, I mean, we're literally waiting until this job that we love pays us equally kind of to what we're making now so
Yeah.
we can stop one do that. Is that kind of what you're
yeah,
going for? Okay.
exactly.
Well, I would think you have enough irons in the fire with all those things. The chances are it could be pretty positively happening soon.
I hope so.
Wow. Well, all the hope to you, man. That's awesome.
Thanks.
I just can't. I mean, I get very excited talking to people who are as passionate as you are about things and have such a positive attitude about it. It makes me feel like the opportunity is there too. This is not quite the pipe dream it used to be. It is much more solidified than it used to be. But the more people I talk to like you, I'm like, okay, it's a reality. If you really want it to be, it'll happen, period. Kind of thing. So good
Yeah,
for you.
and for whatever, I mean, I'm almost 40 years old, and it took me just this last year to start figuring out what was in my community.
Yeah, I'm 40. I feel
So
you.
to see,
I'm the old one here. Jeez.
yeah, you're older than both of us, but you had a much better grasp on the coolness of what lies in Cedar Rapids, whereas I was very jaded. Very first show, I was like, what's so fucking cool about this place?
Penford,
Oh,
GM,
yeah.
General Mills. Oh God,
Right.
there's nothing going on here. But then you get introduced to just Nubo area,
Oh,
and it
I
opens
know.
your
Yeah,
eyes,
and
right?
all the people
So-
that are starting the small businesses, and that's why we love having people that are starting small businesses that just want to be exposed a little bit, talk
Yeah.
about their places. Because for one, I get to meet really interesting people. For two, maybe I'll start doing lap dance classes. Who knows? Now, I have tried to put myself out there once or twice.
Have you?
I've dressed up like a construction worker,
Ooh.
came home from my job.
Are you serious?
Well, yes and no. I had the hard hat.
No, was it because you didn't have the look, or was you did give it a full effort?
No, it was a pretty good effort. I was working nights at a factory,
Okay.
and I went home in the morning, got off work, went home, kept some of my gear with me, had the hard hat on. I had a tool belt because I'm just a handy fella anyway. Knocked on my front door. My first ex, Mrs. Matt, opens the door. I go, ma'am? Super. I mean, because, no one teaches a man how to be sexy. We see what we see on TV, which is why I think that's an awesome thing that you could be providing for people. Ma'am, I hear there's something that needs to be worked on in your house. You needed some help with something. And my first wife just fucking lost it and started laughing. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's not going to happen again. I guess I didn't quite pull off the Channing Tatum move.
But dude, first of all, you are a very
I put myself
funny-
out there.
No, you're right. You put yourself out there, but you are a very funny guy, and you
Goofball.
approach everything that way. And so her reaction is probably genuine of you. Now, you probably need to prep her a little. It's like Denise saying, so we're all busy, so you have to plan when to have sex sometimes when you're married. So the foreplay starts, if you're going to plan for next Saturday, the foreplay starts
On Monday.
On Monday.
On Monday,
And
right.
it goes all day long. So
Yep.
you might have had to prep her a bit saying, hey, I might do something kind of different, but you...
I'm more of a shock and awe type of fella.
Sure, I would say so. That's a perfect way to put
And
it.
maybe Kat would have been able to say, hey, little fella, What are you planning on? Oh, yeah. Now listen, I did teach you how to do this really seductive, cool lap dance and how to like own yourself and be,
So if you were part of being a student at Vitality, especially if you're a burlesque student, you have to pick a stage name. So I challenge both you gentlemen to pick your own.
Well, for like an example,
Kat, I love a good challenge.
well, like an example, what's like a good stage name? What's
What's your stage name, Kat?
My stage name is Vivi Phoenix.
Vivi.
But I have Whiskey Jones. I have Cherry Poppins. I have
I like that one. It's my
Coco
favorite.
Bang Bang. I have Monique Magnifique. I have Chocolate Scandal. I mean, I can go on.
Those
Jesus.
are all your names?
all
Those are
of
all
those?
students.
All of those
all
are
students.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, those are really good.
I know.
I don't know if I could come up with that.
God, I would feel like
Vanilla chocolate?
Matt.
Hi, Matt.
See?
It's your homework.
That's my homework.
Yes.
God damn.
Okay, so beginning of next podcast,
We
we're
have
going to
to-
have to stop and say, okay, sorry, so-and-so.
All right, listen.
This is what's
we
happening.
have to.
Right.
We have to give shout out to Kat
Right.
from Vitality.
Right.
Kat, this is our stage name.
Yep.
This is what we've come up with.
And it can't be just dumb. We've got to be serious about
you
this.
Have
No.
Yes, and
Okay.
it has to be a first and a last name. That's how burlesque name work. That's how they work.
Okay.
It's not like put your hands together for Brittany. No, it's not like that.
All right.
Oh, God, that's got
All
me
right, now,
really thinking.
Now, listen,
like,
there was
I'm
something
really thinking
you had to
about
go
it
pretty soon.
obsessively.
You had to
Yeah.
go pretty soon. So I really wanted you to ask this question. You haven't asked it yet. What's the difference between?
Well, sorry.
Well,
I didn't interrupt you.
she said that people aren't taking all their clothes off, but burlesque, you do take your clothes off. Somewhat,
Down to
do you?
pasties.
Down to pasties.
Yes.
Which, again, if you ask people like me, I have friends who are like, oh, no, I like going to Mount Joy and seeing everything.
It's the art of tease.
I
You wanna
like
know what's under
that's
those
to me.
pasties?
It's the
is that
tease.
the
That's
subtle?
it.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the subtle difference between burlesque and stripping.
Yes.
Right?
And you
sure.
don't take. I mean, you can get down to a G string on the bottom, but that's it.
Okay. So a G-string and pasties is kind of what
Mm-hmm.
people end up as?
Usually.
Okay.
Because when I think of burlesque, when Todd
Moulin
said,
Rouge.
well, I didn't think Moulin Rouge. I was thinking Vegas and the whole feathers, the feather
Yes,
thing.
feathers. Yep.
Oh,
And the art of teasing.
Yes.
Like, oh, I am naked behind this. And oh, you almost saw something, with
Yeah.
the feathers going back and forth.
Yes.
And that was my immediate thought. Like, okay, that's burlesque. I understand it. It's artful. There's a dance. There's a seduction to
Absolutely.
it. To where I don't see that in stripping.
No.
That's got to be the main difference. That's it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Do you ever get offended by people thinking, oh, this is just a strip thing?
I've had people walk by the studio that have given the cross sign. I mean, I've heard it all.
those poor bastards.
And now I've just been informed that rumor is around my day job that I'm a burlesque dancer. I guess all the men are.
oh, shit. Are you worried or not? You don't
I
care.
don't care.
Well, why would she be worried?
Oh, if you lose your job. I mean, we're trying to do a transition
No,
here
my boss
between one
already
thing
knew
or
about
another.
it. I mean, I
Okay.
was just hired in March. They recruited me. They wanted me to work there, and she was fully aware of my
Okay.
business. So
Good for you then. Okay. Then nothing to worry about.
Nope.
Is that an annoyance or is that
No.
It
It creates
for the
awareness. It creates awareness.
guys? Okay.
And it's really funny because everyone, when I perform, everyone's, is there security? And believe it or not, men are highly intimidated by you. If you're up there on stage performing and then you get off stage, they're like, oh my God.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Highly intimidated. Yes. So there's no worries.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I'm that good.
Hey, did Chuck make you guys? Did Chuck made chokers for you guys?
Yes,
right?
I was going to
did.
say, Chuck,
I
you
just
and I have
dropped him off a
something in
picture. Yeah.
common because I have some Chuck Kavanaugh
I
gear on me.
noticed.
Should I get my wallet out of the
Yes.
car so I can be part of the group?
Well, if you were a true Chuck fan, you would.
Yes.
I'm sure that Kat has her pasties on right now, and I'm not going to make her show us her pasties or chokers. Are they? Did he make
Chokers.
leather pasties?
Chokers.
Chokers. We are going to have him make pasties, though.
Okay.
This is okay, and I'm not wanting you to take your shirt off. How does a pasty work? How do you get that on and make it
Adhesive.
stay?
Glue it.
It's
Adhesive.
glue. Oh, I have no idea.
What? Did you think it was a suction cup?
I didn't know what
You
it
can
was.
use glue or double-sided tape. I prefer glue. Some performers do the tape. Tape to me sounds horrible.
Like spirit glue?
No, there's special pasty glue.
Well, I would imagine there would have to
shit.
be, because some people have allergic reactions to
Yes.
glue.
Oh, gotcha.
I was thinking more along the lines of like,
I was thinking spirit gum too. When you said that, that's what
I'm
I thought.
sorry, yeah, spirit gum.
For sure. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I mean, it's a common theater thing, right? Spirit gum.
Well, this area is kind of sensitive, so
A special pasty glue.
yes.
Man.
now, what would guys, if guys got up and did a burlesque show,
We did.
It's called boylesque.
boylesque?
Mm-hmm.
And is that heterosexual focused, or is it more
More homo.
Oh, homo. Okay.
Homo.
I can only think of
So go
think
ahead.
of the guy who was in Cabaret on Alan. He was the guy on X-Men that could flash in and out from different-
Jesus, are you all right?
Yeah, I forget his name, but he was an incredible
Shapeshifter?
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Oh, Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alan Cummings. There you go. Alan Cummings. And I saw his his burlesque show in Cabaret. It was pretty impressive because he's a great singer and a great dancer. And so I was like, oh, that's pretty awesome. He could pull that off. And he was in like just suspenders
Yep.
and knickers and that kind of thing. So
Yeah, our show in November is called No Knicker November.
no knicker November. So we can't wear underwear when we're there?
Knickers are not.
I might have to make that part of my name. No knickers. No knicker or something.
Oh, see? Now you're thinking.
You got me thinking.
No,
Good
Now
job,
you're
Kat.
thinking.
You can't steal from something that she just brought up. You got to be
the hell?
imaginative.
Why
the hell,
not?
what?
She said no knicker something, so I'm like,
She
that-
said no knicker November. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll cheat. I'll take half of that. I'm lazy.
oh,
I will
you're just
put
mad.
zero
I got
effort
it.
into this.
You're mad. I got it before you did. You're mad that I found a nice little rhyme happening.
Listen,
and
I'm going to
you're
come up with
pissed.
something that I'm going to be like super proud of, and it's going to happen just like the fucking construction worker gig. I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm this and this, and everybody's going to be like, crickets. They're like, God damn it! I thought this was solid.
And I'm going to say no knicker, whatever, and it'll be like, boom,
So
nice job.
On the wall up at Vitality, everyone writes their,
Stage name.
yeah. So if you guys pick your stage name, you have to come and write it on the
I'm
wall.
telling you, it's intimidating with all those names you have. Those are some of the best dancing names
Those
I've
are
ever
great
heard in my
names.
life. Those are fantastic. And the best part about them is they're right there at a perfect mix of naughty and
Yes.
and
Classy.
being classy. I really like it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Well, and it's, as part of the studio, it's almost, I've given these women permission to, because society tells us that if we're sexual or if we're sensual, that we're slutty. Mm-hmm. So if they give themselves a name, it allows them to have that alter ego.
Distance
So you
themselves
leave
from it.
that,
Yeah.
the mommy and the wife and all that stuff, leave that outside. You come into the studio, you get to be whoever your stage name is and release and have fun, and it's okay. And there's no one here that's going to judge you.
All right.
That's
so
awesome.
I have a question. This kind of stems off of something we've talked about with Denise Stapley, who was on recently. She's a sex therapist.
Okay.
Okay. Do you ever get to the point you teach burlesque, you perform burlesque, and you're just a smoking hot lady? Do you get to a point? Do you get to a point where you're like, I don't want to be looked at sexually? Jesus Christ!
Absolutely
So
not.
fucking tired of it.
No.
For just give me a break.
Never.
Really?
I don't think she could do what she does if she didn't feel that way.
Well,
about it.
I think there's a lot of women that are. I'm generalizing here. That ladies, have heard either the cat calls or the stares throughout the day from a male dominant.
I think owning it is one thing and
Right.
feeling that way all the time, but having to deal with assholes is a whole
I don't
different
care.
thing.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that changes if you are self confident and not just?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you're not, the hardest, believe it or not, the hardest thing that I struggle with is not with men, because it's usually with women. Women are the worst. I've been, especially at my day job, I've had a lot of complaints about how I look, my hair, how I dress, things like that. And
like in almost like a catty nature.
Yeah, and I'm not breaking any code. I'm not
Right.
doing anything that's, I just take care of my body. I take care of my mind. I'm in tuned. And there's so many women out there that are not in tuned. And when they see a woman that is in tuned, they're threatened by it.
Well, let's say it sounds like common psychology. You're gonna, bitch about the one thing that you feel like you have the worst thing. You pick that one thing out of your partner. God, I wish you wouldn't do so much of that. Well, it's often the thing that you don't like about yourself.
Exactly.
And so I think it's the same thing.
It is.
I see, oh my God, look at how empowered she is. I'm not empowered. Right. But you don't think about that. It's unconscious. It's like,
I would never think about
you lash out at somebody who is doing the things you wish you could do, or at least owning things the way somebody owns something. So,
well, wouldn't it be amazing if everybody could just feel great about who they are?
Yeah. And if, and the thing is that if you're unhappy, change it. I mean, you're in your control of your own destiny. If there's something that you don't like about yourself, you change it. It's, Well,
and I think I had this epiphany. We were talking about this earlier today. Was I went to the doctor a couple of days ago for a physical, and he said, I told Matt this. He goes, "Man, I wish every 43-year-old was in your kind of shape." And I was like, "Really?" Because in my mind, I was like, "Well, I mean,
I'm overweight. I'm bald. I'm a little ugly. I got some."
I said, I was like, I have 10,
I got this problem.
back fat. We've already talked about this issue. I said, I saw like, you don't think a couple, 10, 15, 20 pounds I probably need to lose? He's like, when you get in a 280 range, come see me.
Yeah.
He said, but right now you're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And it was an epiphany for me. I was telling him because I was like, oh, so I keep seeing myself
it's amazing.
as the Channing Tatum kind of thing, knowing, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm never going to look like that. How am I ever going to get like that? Till somebody's saying, guess what? You're okay. And so even he said to me, what about the BMI stuff? Body mass, go ahead. What about the body mass index?
Yeah.
And he said that to me, and I was like, he told me it was totally okay.
Yeah.
That I'm actually pretty healthy. And I was like, it was nice. It was empowering for me going, wow, I really, even I fall into those kind of traps of, not, what do they call that? Body image, when you can see.
Yeah, body image.
I just wish that wasn't quite such a dramatic thing. I don't like the idea that I'm allowing myself to be manipulated like that. It pisses me off really badly, actually.
I think, we're all very easily manipulated. It's about how do we manipulate ourselves to being the person we want to be.
Oh, I don't think you need to manipulate. How about just believing in yourself? Not to manipulate anything. Just believe who you are, that you're just fine the way you are, and you're good to go.
And if you're not happy, you change it.
Right.
And go to Vitality.
Mm-hmm.
Vitality. But I really want a Snickers bar. Dang it.
So have a Snickers bar and learn how to lap dance.
Not worry about it.
And learn how to lap dance on your lady.
And lose some calories right there.
Honestly, I think that is a huge thing. I think guys don't know how to feel sexy.
It makes
because they look at movies and they're like, all right, I'm not Channing Tatum. I'm not 25 years old
Women
anymore.
go through the same thing.
Yeah. So it's weird that guys would not have an outlet to where like, okay, dude, you're fine.
Right.
It makes me want to try that.
Yeah.
Just because it scares me so bad.
Yeah, it does.
You only
it does.
live once.
Thank you for saying that and not YOLO.
Oh, yeah. The YOLO thing.
Rocky says YOLO. I just want to punch him in the
not
face.
ever
I hate it.
I will never say that ever.
YOLO.
Okay, so
Yes.
let's say I'm a newbie.
Okay.
Let's say you're going to pop my cherry.
All right.
Cat.
Oh, this is so exciting. It's kind of dirty.
You love the opportunity to talk like that. I love
do,
this. I love
yeah.
seeing him come out of his shell.
So-
Go for it.
If I were to show up to my first class, what would I expect? I walk into your building. I walk into your boutique of sorts.
Yes.
What would I expect to see? What would I go through?
Well, we would all welcome you. Mm-hmm. Usually I hug everybody, so you'd probably get a hug from me. And then I would ask if you've already paid for class.
There's a good business person for you right there.
Hey, it's
Welcome.
so
Hey.
good seeing you. Where's your wallet? You good? Is he good? Everybody, he's good?
You're
He's paid
buying
up?
a
All right,
you're buying
no.
a service.
You can cross that line. There's a little line on the floor.
That's
You can
right.
cross it.
Just teasing. No, and then we go around the room and everyone says their name and why they're there.
Sounds like an AA meeting so far.
Well, and here's the thing. Everybody is there for different reasons, and it's important to own why you're there. So, because the one thing I tried, even though women are supposed to, women are doing it for their men or whatnot, or men are going to do it for their women, I want them to do it for them. Like,
that's why I would do it.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're doing it for
exactly.
yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't open up Vitality so I could, get phone numbers. I did it because,
Well, you were single.
yeah,
You could have.
well, it's true.
I would have.
That's why I wanted to be a stripper. Get phone numbers.
Phone
I'm
numbers.
just kidding.
No.
But so you would go in. You would kind of introduce yourself. You would go into a class.
It's just like a big club. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like we make fun of it all the time. It's like a girls' club.
And imagine I mean, I would think that you are empowering yourself and you're changing your viewpoint on things. But I would also imagine you can approach it as just, here's another fitness activity that I get to do.
Oh,
It's just very different than everything else
I
I've
get people all
done.
the time. They're like, I don't like the gym because they're intimidated by the gym.
Right.
I don't like going to jazzercise.
You had a really gross.
Jazzercise is from like 1984.
It's Jane Fonda is what it is.
Yeah.
No,
Jane
I thought
Fonda
it
and
was
leg
the-
warmers.
What's the guy with the super short shorts?
Oh, that too. I guess I focus on Jane Fonda and the leg warmers. You
Richard
focus on
Simmons.
Richard Simmons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With his short shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's afro.
So, and then I have women that were dancers and there's nowhere. I mean, so, they are thirsty for a place like this. It's really hard to find them. And I know, obviously there's a need for it. Also, 300 people wouldn't have shown up to my show.
Right. Yeah, it was a great turnout.
Huge underground following, which is awesome.
Which is great and makes you wonder, well, hopefully everybody showed up that who's going to show up for you at the Chrome Horse. You had to have that last change and all that kind of, that really,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
I know.
But, oh man, that's such a
Hold
good
it together,
turnout.
though.
Because there was a fire at the
It's a
Chrome
fire
Horse.
at the Chrome
Yeah.
Horse, yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm trying to think. Okay. Because I'm trying to walk myself through this mentally before I take myself to Vitality.
So you would have already met everybody.
Okay.
And
right.
then usually we stretch.
Okay.
So then we would do a little stretch, and then I'd give you a chair
Okay.
and start teaching you.
Oh God.
I'm not sure I can handle. Can we just watch?
I got to tell you, this might be 100 times more intimidating to me than going to the gym out of
Probably
shape
for a man, yeah.
for a guy.
Yeah.
So that might be, and maybe you already.
We
got
are
this mastered.
having a men only pole workshop coming up. So it's men only that are allowed to do pole.
Me on a pole, I'm not so excited
It's
about.
so, you know what? It's so.
The lap dance thing, I like that idea. I even like
I actually
dancing
I
for my
actually
wife.
like the idea of the pole dancing because it makes me feel like I could do some more gymnastic-y upper
would- yeah,
body
you would.
type of things.
Yeah.
Instead of
And
just.
you'd realize
But
how
would it
much you
look?
picture.
But would it look sexy though?
I'd.
You can swear, Kat.
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
kick
No,
your
yeah.
ass.
Oh shit! This
Yeah.
is explicit.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
we're totally explicit.
Oh, we should
Sorry
play that
about
again.
that.
She's been guarding herself the whole time.
I thought Todd.
He said fuck like 3
Shit.
times.
I thought Todd totally told you this.
No.
Sorry.
You walked in.
I'm
You're like, hey, I
sorry.
know what's going on. All right,
No, I didn't
sit and have a
realize I could
seat.
fucking swear. Okay, go ahead.
Bam,
Oh, sorry.
as much as you want. There you go.
Okay.
Because I'm so scared that I want to make myself do this.
Well, maybe-
because I'm so intimidated by it. I want to make myself do it.
Well, maybe in honor of you, gentlemen, we can have just a man's lap workshop. So it would just be men only.
Jesus Christ. That's my anxiety
I don't
level.
know.
I can feel my blood pumping in my
Why?
ears.
no.
You
Because
guys work out next to each other. We
It's
no, we
it's
don't.
just
we don't work on it.
We don't. But
you guys don't?
it's still
Sorry
very
about that.
it's still very
sorry. That maybe.
See, it's
You
a
guys did
stereotype.
tell me you were
They're
a
bears.
couple. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
we
I
are
just
bears.
assumed.
we need to get you.
We share
need to get.
everything.
We need to get you to. We need to get you over to 2.2 CrossFit gym over off of Blair's Ferry. They have some.
There's a CrossFit gym right
incredible-
next to your place, isn't there?
Yes, I don't go to that one though. I go
She
to
goes
the
to Cedar
one.
Rapids CrossFit.
Yeah, I do.
It's not a bad place. I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, it kicks my butt. Actually, my ribs are still sore.
What were you doing?
Mine too. Pull-ups.
No,
Toes to bar.
Toes to bar.
Yeah.
So you do toes to bar. You do 100 of those in 16 minutes. You do 100 of those, and you do 10 push-ups every minute.
So you do toes to the bar, and then every minute you drop into 10 push-ups for how long?
16 minutes.
That's a doozy. Toes to bar are crazy
Yeah.
ab workout.
Yeah.
God bless America.
I effing hate them. Now, I don't have a CrossFit membership anymore. I just didn't have the time to actually do it. But I have some of the stuff in the backyard.
Yes.
I haven't done a good job of being out there.
I
But
love-hate relationship with
God bless you. You're doing CrossFit.
I am.
You have your full-time job.
I do.
You have this job.
I do.
Vitality, crvitality.com.
Oh, and I do flash mobs throughout the area.
What the hell?
Oh, I saw one at Nubo Market, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that. That's cool. You and clue us in, and especially the flash mobs, because we could show up for a flash mob. That'd be fun.
September 27th.
Oh, I'll be in California. I'll be in California. That sucks.
Well,
I
except
totally would.
for then. No, I'm totally in.
I'm going to be out of town.
This one.
I'm going to
time.
be out of town.
Hey, wait.
ass.
When can I start doing the lap dancing thing? Tomorrow.
Oh,
Busy
no.
tomorrow. What would be a good time for you? Next week. I got some open next week.
You're so
I'm 43 years old and I got to prep my scrotum. I don't know what the hell.
Oh, you're a son of a bitch.
But honestly, I really think that that's a cool thing.
I think it's amazing.
There's
not very many times I have conversations with somebody who says, hey, you might think about this. And I go,
I do when he said, hey, you want to do the swim of Alcatraz? What was the Alcatraz thing?
Escape from
Escape from Alcatraz triathlon. And I said, no, you're going to be fucking
horrible.
swimming with sharks. It made me... Same thing with you saying, I'll teach you how to lap dance.
I think I'd
and
rather
be sexy.
Sure.
Now, honestly, this is actually a very deep subject, and what you're doing is a service to men, because there's things that I do because I put on a certain facade because I'm not
confident,
and I'm not. I don't feel like, hey, yeah, I'm very positive and self-assured of myself. So I put on a weird front sometimes. I respond a certain way. But if guys were confident and they felt sexy, maybe they wouldn't have to be super extra alpha male macho
And drive
big,
huge, gigantic diesel trucks.
Well, yeah, because I think
with
you
bull
get to the point where
testicles
you're
hanging
not
off the back.
You're not.
That's a sexy. I mean, nothing says get my number like plastic fucking bull testicles hanging off your
I know,
trailer hitch.
it's so
if you have trailer
gross.
hitch bull testicles, you're a douche. I'm sorry, I just lost one or two listeners.
And I
maybe.
agree.
Yeah, it's
But
pretty
Kat
bad.
agrees. And
I think the idea, though, is you can
Ugh.
stop pretending in a lot of ways. You can stop pretending to be who you think you should be or doing what you think you should be doing. You probably start gaining the confidence just to be yourself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you don't have to try to pretend at all. But my
No.
first thought was sitting here going, I wonder if they could, Denise talked about, people liking different things. So being more aggressive in the bedroom or being more laid back or doing all these.
Just be you.
Just be yourself. Yeah.
But like
Some
what-
nights you're going to want to be aggressive. Some nights you're going to want to be passive. Some nights you're going to want to pin her down. Sometimes you're going to want her to pin you down.
yeah, I
That's the way it
prefer
goes.
being dominated or dominating.
See?
I prefer that lingo.
There you go.
you just like using
I said
I just wanted to
pin.
say it.
You said dominated.
Yeah.
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 I prefer
Same
being tied
difference.
up.
You're hoping your wife is you look your wife in the eyes. Is that your
Well,
plan?
either that or I'm going to get a lot of texts from people I don't know going, I'd like to tie you up. I don't need that. I'm really fine with my marriage. But yeah, I think that but I think that is such it's one of those things that you take.
You're in a relationship, Kat.
It's one of those
I know,
things
teasing.
that surprises me about different podcasts is when I start with some preconceived ideas. This is how it's going to go. Mm-hmm. This is what they're going to say. Mm-hmm. I've watched some videos.
Yeah.
I've looked at their website. Mm-hmm. No shock. No awe.
Yeah.
Very nice. I was very
Well,
nicely surprised.
Thank you.
I was
I have a brain
more surprised.
and a personality.
I was more surprised about the idea of empowerment.
Yeah,
I think.
that's what I'm.
That's the part that
that's
really
what I'm
I
pulling
really
Oh, that's
enjoyed a
really
lot from that.
good.
From
Yep.
this conversation because
Okay,
is the
good.
empowerment of it all.
Good.
I knew you were going to be attractive and that you were very comfortable with yourself and the burlesque I've seen on your website and things like that. That part I kind of had a feel for, but I love the idea of helping anybody.
Yeah.
To
be more comfortable in
had-
their
More comfortable-
skin.
yeah, just be to be yourself. The hard part for me to wrap my head around is we have got ourselves into such a pigeonhole socially that
You're supposed to be a certain way.
you're supposed to be a
look
certain way,
You're
and even
supposed
if
to, yes.
and you're aware of it. I know
Yeah.
that that's a shitty way to do it, but I still fit into that mess. You know, so that's frustrating. I like the idea that there's a window of light out there.
And maybe you get to a point where you're like, oh, I'm looking the way I'm supposed to look. But if you don't learn those things that maybe only burlesque, maybe only putting yourself into a vulnerable position can truly teach you. It's like Joe Rogan's talking about being a stand-up comic, and you have to put yourself out on that stage, and you got to expose this nerve to truly...
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
You don't believe that?
I don't think you need to expose yourself in order to gain that.
No, I mean like
take a chance. Put yourself in front of people.
Oh, yes.
Not expose myself
to
physically.
To step outside of your box.
There you go.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, not physically expose yourself.
Absolutely.
But yeah, go beyond your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I mean, it's awesome. It's really, really neat.
Okay.
Okay.
So with all your stuff...
Sorry.
What?
Nothing. You're doing great. All your stuff, Kat.
Yeah, all my stuff.
I'm sorry.
Are you done?
Sweetheart, don't be so sensitive. Just go ahead.
See, now this is what
Boys,
Denise was talking about when he says things like that. She goes, "Yeah, bears." You can't call me sweetheart.
I'm just glad you stopped saying polar bears. That's all I'm happy about.
I thought polar bears was the thing, though.
No.
Okay. Anyway, so with all this stuff that you have going on in your life, do you have any opportunity to pay attention to what's going on in the world? Is there anything that you're like passionate about? Are you one of those people that Facebook's like crazy?
No. Facebook is one of those necessary evils. I'm actually pretty private on my own Facebook page. I don't share too much. I use it more as a networking tool for my business.
And that's it. Mm-hmm. Because you got so much stuff going on.
Yeah, and I just, my passion is with people. And so any of my free time, it's usually spent helping somebody or doing something for somebody else or being a mom.
You must really see it as therapeutic. Do you approach it that way, kind of?
I do. It's my sanctuary.
I think you and Jennifer Murphy should get together.
Well, for some reason, Jennifer Murphy and I are connected, and I don't know if it's through Chuck. Like I think I've met her. I'm not.
She
100%.
does her life coaching out of
Chuck Show.
Yeah, I know, and I feel like I know her already.
That's awesome.
I'm not sure why, but I do.
Well, you both have blue hair.
You guys are kind of kindred spirits, I think, because you guys are both very thoughtful, always
spirited people,
focusing on bringing the best out of people and being themselves and things like that. So, and you guys are risk takers, both of you too, more than I am. That's for sure.
And I'm sure she doesn't have people doing the sign of the cross as they walk by her.
Oh, that's true. Oh, I don't know.
She might.
Maybe.
She's pushing boundaries herself, I think.
So do you ever go into work and you're like, okay, or have you already had this moment where you're like, I feel like I'm that girl from Footloose?
Oh, absolutely. I'm always, even it's a big joke that I'm the
preacher's daughter.
Well, no, I'm this corporate businesswoman by day and a dancer by night. So it's funny.
Well, it's too bad people have to put people in a box like that. You know.
Well,
they're missing
the
out.
Corporate lady during the day, and she is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that's putting somebody in that box. She's much more than that.
But isn't that a fun box to be put in?
It is a fun box.
Sometimes labels and stereotypes are kind of
exciting.
All right. Yeah. I mean, if somebody's like, hey, yeah, Matt, he does this during the day, but then at night, wildcat. He's a fucking wildcat. Is that not a sexy?
Well, I am a Gemini, so.
What's that mean?
Nice.
Twins.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a Gemini
do you know what
too?
sign you are? No,
I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh.
I'm a Sagittarius.
You are such a Sagittarius sign.
And my Indian name is Elk Runs Hard.
Oh.
See, I had the same reaction she did.
Wow.
It's Elks runs hard. Like you like to run hard, or you're running while you're hard. That's what I think is the
runs hard.
Listen,
oh, there you go. I didn't think about that one.
Now listen, it could have been taken any way because my ex-mother-in-law gave it to me. So maybe she was trying to say, this guy has his shits a lot.
Probably. Or he's full of shit.
See?
It's elk.
She did call me Sean.
You're a galloper.
For at least a year.
Yes, she did.
And she's a smart lady.
She's wonderful.
Shannon.
She's a grandmother to my kids.
Oh.
That's awesome. And mine is Eagle Heart. So you can't really
not legally.
Okay.
Eagle Heart. You can't really take that out of context. So not like
No.
elk runs hard. Mine's pretty straightforward.
Maybe we could mix.
Okay, now Bear, you were just talking about putting those things out there. We're not mixing names.
I didn't say anything about mixing names. I was going to say maybe we can mix Sweat Lodge and burlesque.
Yes.
There's a Sweat Lodge coming up
October.
in October. But you're
October
probably-
4th. What?
Plug.
All right. You got it. You got to get going.
I do.
You got to get going.
I go.
Plug all the places you're going to be again. One more time. This is your call to action.
Okay, so October 4th, Line Bridge Brewery in Czech Village. November 8th, Shores Event Center. October 4th is more of a bar top, so it's just with the troupe, with Va Voom. And then November 8th is we're actually bringing entertainment from all over Iowa. So it'll be interesting.
That'd be really cool.
So other burlesque groups are all going to
Yes.
come in.
Yes.
Oh. And have you been in contact with a lot of other places around here, obviously?
Oh, yeah.
Are there lots of troops around?
Iowa City, Quad Cities, Des Moines, Fairfax, Ames.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like Fairfax, like outside Cedar Rapids?
Not Fairfax, Fairfield. Sorry.
Fairfield. Oh, it's okay.
I always say Fairfax. Fairfield.
That's interesting because when I brought up, I'm like, hey, I'm going to have a lady that does burlesque on the podcast. I was telling some of my friends, and they go, burlesque?
Yeah.
What's burlesque?
What is that?
It's one of those things that you almost feel like has gone into the quiet abyss because it's like a classy
It's
older.
underground.
It's
Hey,
classy
yeah.
and it's dramatic theatrical kind of
Yes,
stuff. I mean, I think
it
it's
is.
why I find myself being attracted to that is that it's kind of like that got that seductive drama
Plus
kind of
it's
thing to
sexy.
it.
Yeah. Now I have made myself a vow, Kat, that I will never go to a strip club again,
Oh.
ever.
But this is different.
But this
It's
is
art.
different.
This is art.
exactly.
Oh, totally. Great way to put it.
I can totally see myself either A, going to a class to try to get past some barriers within Matt's own head. And that would be pretty fucking cool and liberating. I could also see come to see a show.
I think you should.
I'm definitely coming to a show. October.
And you
Are
should
gonna
bring
be
your
on the,
wives.
Are you going to be on the main bar?
Well, they won't let us dance on the bar. We've tried.
Oh, okay. It's
We're dancing
cement.
in front of the bar.
Jesus.
I know,
Come on, Quinn. Come on, Quinn.
Can you
to Quinn.
imagine
Talk to
the
Quinn.
fall? If you fell off the bar, it could be bad.
She's a professional.
Anybody falling off of that damn bar could be bad.
I'm just joking.
It's a small bar.
I plan on bringing my wife. Totally.
Yes, bring them.
I might be. I'll have to talk to my lady tonight about classes.
I'm not pushing that part. I'm going to go this
Let
part
her make
first.
that
I'm going to let
decision.
her see this first, and then we'll talk about other things
Yes,
later. It's a
let
little,
her come
it's
and
a little
see it.
introduction.
Yeah, let her come and see
This
it.
is like the foreplay starting on Monday, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Let her come
All
and
right.
see the show, and then she'll be
All
like,
right.
"Here's the thing about women: we're very competitive against each other. I don't know why, but it's just our nature. So if you take a woman to a strip club, she's going to look at the woman on stage, and she's going to be like,
I can one up this.
I can totally do this. And I can do it better than she can. Men are brilliant when they bring their girlfriends to a strip club because they're the ones that end up getting lap dances from their own girls because she's feeling the competition from what's up on stage, right? So
I've never taken.
Never
a-
happened, but that's
I've-
okay.
Yeah.
Go
I'm
ahead.
just saying,
That's good.
this is my observation. So if you bring your girls and they watch the girls and they're like, oh, I can do this. I could so do this. Actually, I could probably do it better than she's doing. Great. Come on in. Yeah. Let me see what you got.
I totally support you, honey.
Yes.
I support you 100%.
Whatever
You
you
think
like
you're
to
better
do.
than Vivi? Go ahead.
Yeah. I want you to prove me wrong.
That's right.
Okay, so check out crvitalityfitness.com.
On Facebook as well.
And Todd and I are going to work on our
Your stage name.
Stage
stage
names.
names.
Yes.
Yeah, I almost said stripper names. Our stage names.
Our stage names. Yeah.
Vivi Phoenix also has her own Facebook page.
Oh, she does.
So you can like her on Facebook. She's got some pretty crazy pictures on there.
Todd's already like, tick, 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 tick. I'm all over
I knew
this.
how to
There's
spell
a reason
Phoenix.
why Vivi
How do you-
has her own Facebook
Are you sure you're
page.
spelling Vivi right?
Vivi?
It's tricky.
Shut up.
There's 2 letters
Vivi
repeated.
Phoenix. Okay. Oh, I don't know if that's you.
No.
No. Ew, that's kind of gross.
Yeah, who is that?
Should I separate these two like that?
I don't know what's going on over there in the laptop.
Oh, that's University of Phoenix.
No.
Dude, why didn't you
I
put
should
in...
just go off your webpage. Kat, is what I should do. Don't you have a link on your page?
No.
Oh, you don't.
No.
Just
Okay.
type in Vivi Phoenix.
I did
It is,
that.
but, well, you should do search, like, do the big search and then.
Like on Google?
No.
Here?
Just type it there. And then, isn't there a search all?
Todd's trying to get the lowdown on how to get to this Facebook page. You should see him. It's like a monkey doing a math problem over
Oh,
here.
stop.
Isn't there a, oh, there, right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
See more.
Oh, don't separate it. Put it together.
Damn it, Kat.
There she is, right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, I should say Chuck Kavanagh's already liked it. So I should know
Oh,
that
has he?
already. I think she's wearing his leather goods.
Why was it so difficult for you to pull that
Okay.
up? I'm it's an honest
I don't know
observation.
why,
It's
but
an
I
honest
liked
to
it,
God.
so we're good to go.
Maybe I should get in on this.
Jesus criminy.
I'm
Kat,
just-
this is awesome.
All right, hold on.
Good for you.
Yeah. VIVI.
How do I spell Phoenix?
PHOENIX.
Yeah?
Do you have a tattoo on your
You have
wrist?
to-
Do
you
you have
have
any
to-
more tattoos?
I have several.
What do I have to do?
To do a space in between Vivi and Phoenix.
Okay. I thought you were saying no space for
There
you.
she is, right there.
Right here. Right there.
Yeah.
That's a cool photo.
Thanks.
August heat.
I come alive in the nighttime.
Is that what it says?
Why did I just sound... Why did I go straight up Arkansas on you?
Scary.
You did. See, there's our event right there in October. Libation Titillation.
Oh, my God. Wow.
So I can't walk you out, Kat. I'm going to have to stay here for a little bit.
Oh, shut up.
I'm just joking.
Then I've done my job. Thank
Then
you
you
very
have done
much.
your job.
Thank you very much.
All right, lady.
Is that a tattoo or is that is there a
It's a tag.
feather on your back, a shoulder?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Oh, cool. That's pretty.
Thank you.
I like that.
Des Moines. Here.
Now, is this your troop here?
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's really pretty.
Thanks.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yes, that's my troop.
Right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is
Yeah.
knockout on your thigh?
Yes.
Oh, I like that. That's cool.
Yes.
That is awesome.
So, also check out
Vivi Phoenix's
Vivi
Facebook.
Phoenix.
Yeah, you can like her. She's kind of crazy.
Revival Bookstore. Where's that at? Or Revival Clothing? Where's that?
Yeah, it's in Iowa City. It's one of my favorite places.
That's where I saw it. Okay. I was like, I haven't been there before. Mm-hmm. The Pussycat pants are the best.
I know.
Those are awesome.
What are you talking about? What are you talking
Okay,
about?
go to Vivi's page. You're
I'm
not
on
on
it.
Vivi's page right now.
What? I thought I was.
Here.
Okay, back up. I'm backing up. What the fuck?
Okay, go down.
It's subtle.
There they are, right there.
Oh, right here.
They're subtle.
Here now,
but they're
here's the funny
fantastic.
thing. I have the exact same thing on right now in my pants.
You're not going to believe this. I'm wearing the exact same thing.
The
Yeah.
exact same thing.
All right, Kat, we're going to let you get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Thank you
dude.
for showing up.
Yeah, you're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank
you
you
so
to,
much.
Thanks
I
for
hope you have
coming.
me back.
Thank you to
Oh, we'd
It
love
Works.
to.
Okay.
Thank you to Ecolips. Because if you haven't had Ecolips on your lips, you ain't living.
That's right.
Sweet Raw Joy. If you want to indulge in something sweet and natural and good for your tummy, Sweet Raw Joy. That's the place to go. SweetRawJoy.com. And that's it. That's
No,
it.
That's not it. Because if you go to tpspproductions.com right now, you will see the brand spanking new website
Bam.
that Matt has put together, and it's fucking awesome. I've given him
You like
way
that?
too much attention.
Checking this out?
Oh, yeah.
He did
Yeah.
a very, very
That is
good job.
cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I did that.
Yep, he did that.
Look at you.
And I was inspired by one Joshua Coburn.
Yep.
Oh,
I was inspired by his website, and he was on
it's a
here.
very good website.
Thank you very much.
Yep, but please follow us at Matt and Todd on Twitter. You can go to TPSP Productions on Facebook and like us on that and see all the podcasts. We have the Count to 10 podcast. We have the Bandwagon podcast coming up here pretty soon. We have the Coffee Clutch coming up. Clatch, sorry, excuse me. Coffee Clatch coming up pretty soon as well.
With 2 Ks.
With 2 Ks. And hopefully a lot more fun stuff heading your way.
And you know what? You never know. Maybe Todd will fucking blog.
I have blogged, but I have a day job, so he can kiss my ass. Thanks.
But all these places, if you go to our website, you can click on the podcast button. It'll take you all to our website, the page where all our podcasts are, and you can download those. You can go to the Stitcher button and subscribe that way, or you can go to Todd's blog and see what he's feeling for the day. Maybe he's not fucking feeling anything. And that's why he hasn't posted anything. But you never know when you're going to be surprised by Todd. He might have something in there that makes you go,
I'm going to take back everything I said about the website. It's okay. How's that?
And did you say something about the Count to 10 podcast?
Yeah.
He did.
Okay, because there's
I talked about the podcasts that are on there and the ones that are coming up.
Yeah,
so.
there's a lot coming up. So cool. Thank you very much, everybody, for being with us tonight on the Primal Scream podcast.
Kat, thanks again.
Yes,
it was wonderful to meet you.
Thank
It was great.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's it.
Yeah.
I'm Matt.
I'm Todd.
We'll see you later.
Adios.
Good night.
Thank you. You stayed longer than I thought you would.
I know.